Yo,
What's up,
yo,
man?
yo, what up?
Forza Milan, Joel, straight away, man. He was
Forza
waiting.
Milan.
He was waiting with that comment. As
Guess
soon as the live went on, bang.
There you go. Guess what I'm watching, Laird?
What are you watching?
Guess what I'm watching? Take a wild guess.
Uh, is Italy playing today?
No.
So what are you watching, man?
Come on, take a wild guess. I'm sure you can figure it out.
I
What?
swear, man. What are you watching?
I'm watching Juventus Lyon.
What is this game? It's like a friendly.
UEFA Women's Champions League quarterfinal, first leg.
Who fucking cares? Are you serious?
Yeah.
For me, it's like baseball. It's a different sport. I don't even care.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. It's not that bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's just a different sport in my opinion. It's different.
Like it definitely improved. It definitely improved. It definitely improved. The women's football has definitely improved from.
For me, Primavera football is a different sport.
Yeah, no, I see why you'd be saying that. Yeah, they're playing at the Alliance Arena, in
The one in
the Juventus Stadium. Yeah,
in the Juventus Stadium. Good for them.
Roy, I want to ask you, how was Massimo Otto with Milan? Massimo Otto was really good. He had a great season. He didn't play too many seasons with Milan, but when Massimo Otto was at Milan, he was, you know, one of the best maybe Italian fullbacks there was at that time. Not elite, but he was definitely one of the better Italian fullbacks, and he did very well. He was an attacking fullback. He did very well. Didn't he win?
Uh, J-
Didn't he win the Champions League with us or something?
he won a
Massimo?
Champions League. He won a World Cup. He won everything, man.
Yeah.
So I remember he was cutting the Camoranesi hair at the end of the final.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. They had that bet.
Not bad. Yeah, Massimodo was good, man. I don't know if some Milanisti nowadays would like him if he was playing now, because he was not like how can I say it, a flashy, really good right wing. It was good feet, but a lot of hard work, a lot of really tactical, really good in on crossing.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
fighter.
Hey, Davide Romano, what's up? We miss you too, man.
Oh, what's up, Davide?
Forza
Come and
Milan.
join the live, Davide. Come and join the live. Actually, let me put the link on the chat. Maybe somebody wants to join and say something, just in case.
Davide Romano.
Some new entries that
Hey,
are gonna come and join the live.
hey, but at least the Juventus girls team is winning against Lyon. Oh, hold
Well,
on.
I told you, it's a different sport, man.
At least a little bit of satisfaction there. Why wouldn't Svanberg do well? He contributes in every phase of the game. Could even play CM. Same goes for DK. They can shield and go for it and give a final pass. Larry, listen, quick thing right away. Uh,
Yeah.
Ibra looks like he's staying next season.
Who says that?
Uh, I mean, it's mostly let's say, the hints that he's giving. And there was this idea that is circulating of him staying as like a player, but also like a manager. Not manager as in coach,
Yeah,
but as in
management stuff.
right, right. So player slash management stuff, locker room leader, etc., etc.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna be an AC Milan player next season. I
You
don't
don't think
believe
so?
that. No, no. It's I don't know. We need the real three real. I'm not saying he's not a real striker. He's gonna be 42, man, or 41, whatever. He's not able to handle the levels we're going. You know what I mean?
Right,
Uh,
right, right. If he does stay, though, if he does stay, I wonder what that means for the offense. What's up, Hans?
how's it going, my man?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. Not much, man. It's been a while. Been working a lot, 5, 6 days a week, teaching and playing football in the meantime.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. What are you teaching?
I teach like every subject, but mostly English. English. But I like
Who?
help out with a lot of subjects also.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm playing football too now. I started playing football again. It's
There you
good,
go.
man. My body is really hurting me, but I'm playing twice a week now, so starting to get back into the rhythm of things.
What
Look
position
at
do you
this.
play?
Well, I'm playing
Oh,
futsal.
sorry.
I'm playing futsal.
Ah, okay.
No, no, no. I'm not going. I'm not playing 11 on 11. That's too much. No,
Ah,
no.
5 a
Futs,
side, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Futsal is fine. For my knees are so consumed after so many years of abuse.
oh
I
no.
so
You need some yoga,
well, I need
some
new car
massages.
I need a new cartilage in my knee. But
You need
but
new
futsal,
knees.
right? I need to go to the store and buy new knees. But futsal I can handle, even though it's a lot of work and it really is heavy on you. I can futsal is good
Mhm.
because you don't have to run 50 yards, 100 meters one side to the other.
See, that's what I like, honestly. That's what I like to run more, honestly. The futsal, the ball is so heavy. It's weird. Like I haven't played as much, so my technique is so shit when I play compared to like
Oh,
when I'm on a normal football pitch with like a normal ball.
okay, got you, got you.
Is I think
Anyways,
the best way is 8 or 7 aside. I think is the best.
I like 11.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
nice.
if you have a bad team though with 11, it's shit
It's
though.
awful. It's awful. You don't
Yes.
get a ball. You get a ball every 5 minutes. That's
Yeah,
why I don't like it.
in
It's
in
rare
foot
to end up in a good team.
in futsal you have a million touches and it's I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Listen, guys, talking about football, Origi. People are saying that Origi is a done deal.
Hmm.
I've said this many times. This player's a done deal. This player's a done deal. This player's a done deal. But then it seems like that's not the case. But right now they're pretty much saying that Origi is a done deal. And here we have a Liverpool fan joining us, saying, coming from a Liverpool fan, Origi is a good player, but it's cause of the talent we have up front. He hardly plays. When he does play, he performs well. And all the best wishes in
Yeah.
pursuit of the Scudetto. What are you guys'
He's
feelings on Origi? Because it looks like these rumors are real.
Well, first of all, thank you for the wishes to win the Scudetto. That's always nice from a supporter of another team. That means that Milan is appreciated outside the Milan universe.
Gufata,
And
so
yeah, I agree. I agree with the comment. I think he's a good player. He's going to be really useful for us. And he's that type of player. He has pace and he's a striker. He can play on the
mhm.
right wing as well. And he's played at high level. Liverpool is high level. So he knows how to handle pressure, play in Champions League, Premier League. So it looks like a great deal being for free if you think about it. A player like him, if you want to buy a player like him, it's going to cost you at least 20 million. At least. So it's a
For
good
free,
deal.
it's 10 out of 10, I think. 10 out of 10. It's like another
Yeah.
Giroud signing, I think,
well,
honestly.
I do want to add something regarding the negotiations that are going on. According to Pellegatti today, there is still distance between the player and the club. The club wants to offer him somewhere around 3 million to 3.5, but that he is asking 4 million to 4.5.
I think that's what he's earning right now is like 4.5, something around there. So he would have to take a pay cut then, I guess, to come to Milan. And yeah, he's entering his prime. You know, he's gonna want a bigger contract, and I think he deserves it. He scored a lot of important goals. I don't think he's very injury prone either, and he does have a little bit of tactical flexibility. He can play on the wings as well. You know.
Right, a left wing. Yep.
Yeah, I think he was on the left wing. Yeah, I've seen him there because I watch a bit of the Premier League because I play fantasy Premier League.
So he's earning 3.3 million pound.
He's earning 3 million. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means he's earning what, 3.3 euros in euros?
But this is a gross salary. If I'm wrong, maybe.
Oh, that's
if I'm
No
right.
way.
Yeah, I think it's a gross
That little.
salary. So he's getting
That's
an
crazy.
upgrade with us.
Oh, okay. So even if he gets 3.5, he's earning way more than what he's.
Okay.
Well, in that case, it looks like it really
Well, then
is.
yeah, I think it will get done then. Yeah, I think it will get done. Then.
Now, am I excited about this deal? 100% no.
Why not?
Oh no.
I'll be honest.
You
with
want Belotti? You want Belotti?
Okay.
no,
yeah.
No, it's not that I want Belotti. It's that just like Giroud, I was not excited at all. But then Giroud came to be a really good signing. Same thing with Rigi. I'm not excited at all. I'm not a fan of how he plays. I don't think he's a very good technical player. But I'm okay. I like to be surprised.
That's so it's definitely a gross salary because I'm checking the salaries of the other players, and Van Dijk is earning 11 million and a half, Salah 10 and a half. So that's the gross salary. Yeah, it's not a net salary.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's good for us too. I mean, he's on a net probably is 2 million pound, which is around 2.5. Maybe 3 million euro. So rightly so, he wants at least 4 million euro net or 4 million and something net. And I really believe Milan is gonna get close to that number.
For sure.
I think so because it's still a good deal for us. It's for free. It's gonna be probably Milan is gonna try to give that money on bonuses, like appearance, so make sure the guy, if he gets injured, he gets paid less, or if he plays less, he gets paid less, or something like that. So let's see. I think it's a great deal. I'm excited if he comes. I'm not gonna go crazy if he doesn't come. I'm not gonna be like, oh shit, why we didn't sign Origi. I'm still gonna be fine, and I'm gonna say, okay, whatever. But if he comes, I'm excited because having on the bench somebody like Origi is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's not bad.
I'm excited because we've healed the club, financially with all the debts that we had, and we're still going in the right direction, and we're gonna have lots of money to spend on other players. Then that means as well, and we're fixing. I don't know if we really have a striker problem. Giroud is doing well, but we did earlier, and it could happen again. Ibra. Giroud, well, Ibra, maybe he doesn't even renew. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, Ibra. Let's see. I don't think Ibra is gonna renew. My idea is that we are going for another striker as well.
So we get Belotti and we get Origi.
Let's get Belotti, Origi, and Dybala. How about that?
No chance, Dybala, man. You should
put
Dybala
yeah.
on the thumbnail.
No.
Put Dybala on the thumbnail. So at least we get some viewers. You should have done that with an AC Milan shirt, man.
Right. Damn, I forget about that stuff. Listen, Dybala is not signing with Juventus, so he's definitely going to be changing clubs. The thing about Dybala, guys, is this: that even though he's for free, he really is not for free. Because you still have to pay somewhere around 12 to 15 million to the agent. Okay? So the thing about free players is a little bit of a misconception. because you're still paying money to the agents. I don't know what the situation is with Origi, but that's what I heard about Dybala. Like, if you want to sign Dybala, you're paying a hefty commission.
Is it better for FFP though? Like, because it's maybe like a free transfer on our books, or I'm not sure.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, me neither.
But
because obviously we're one of the richest clubs in the world. You know, we can afford like agent fees. Like, that's nothing. And if it's not going to affect FFP, then who gives a fuck? Then
yeah, I don't know what the rules are, but regarding Dybala, I mean, he is on the market. Milan has had links with him in the past. Is he a player that could substitute the number 10 that we currently have, Brahim Diaz? Would you guys be, or maybe he can be part of the offensive line? Giroud, Origi, and then you have Dybala. Dybala, kind of different solution. A player that can play as a false 9, a player that can play as a number 10. What do you guys think? Do you think Dybala would be a good signing for Milan?
I think it's risky.
For me, no. For me, no. I mean, what I'm saying no is like, because I know the guy is gonna cost us 70 million in a 5-year deal, 70 maybe more million. So I'm like, okay, it's not worth it, because it's not gonna be the Dybala of we've seen. It's gonna be still a good Dybala, but not a Dybala that is worth a 70 million deal. That's the thing. So for me, it's a no.
I'm worried about like what other players on the team are going to be thinking when someone is earning that kind of money. I mean, with Zlatan, it's one thing. You know, he's bringing all the leadership. He's been everywhere. You know, Dybala, what does he want other than like his Scudettos? You know, in like really a bullshit era, kind of. You know.
Yeah, I think
he hasn't really been that consistent, I think, with Juventus, like over the years as well. I don't think so.
You did bring up a good point there. I think, I can't remember who it was. It was one of these, either it was Pellegatti, another journalist, saying that there is a risk in getting these players that are 7 million. They could, you know, do damage in the locker room, you know, cause damage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm worried about, honestly, because if he is still putting up like Diaz numbers for whatever reason, you know, the Cam's position it's hard to play, and I think Pioli is going to ask him to run a lot, you know, track back. So if his numbers aren't there, you know, and he starts feeling the pressure, the newspapers, whatever, you know, what is he going to be doing? Is he going to be, you know, protesting against the coach and, you know, doing weird shit, you know?
No,
is he going to be selfish? Is he going to be selfish? He doesn't give a fuck about Milan.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, I know someone said here in the chat that he's joining Inter. It looks like that the Inter links are much stronger than any other links. There's Barcelona on him. There's Inter. There's other clubs, some English clubs, I think. But Dybala should probably not go to England. I don't think Dybala should be going to England.
He's not physically capable of that.
He should either stay in Italy or go to Spain. But so Dybala's on the market. Let's see what happens. Regarding Belotti, you guys brought up Belotti earlier. Right now, the words on Belotti, good news for most of you guys. Looks like Belotti is not going to happen.
If Zlatan isn't going to sign, I think for sure. I don't know why we wouldn't sign Belotti. We would need, you know, Giroud's. He's up there. He's not a guarantee. He is right now, thank God. But I don't think he's a guarantee necessarily. I give him a 10 out of 10 signing, though, because we get him for free. And I know what he can do. He's showing what he can do.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Belotti. But all these names being linked, it seems like the real one is Origi. Or I don't know is it Origi? Origi. That seems like the guy's coming.
Okay.
And here, our Liverpool friend says actually something interesting. Sometimes we need to think outside the box. Tammy Abraham is not a technical player, but look at what he is doing in Roma: 23 goals in all competitions.
Yes. Yeah. Football has changed. I think it's, you know, counter-attacking. It's more about athleticism, I think, than in the past with the tiki taka and the technique.
If you think
In my
Origi
opinion,
let's say less strong than Tammy Abraham, but has a similar characteristic. With the football we do, Origi can score 15 goals next season.
for sure. If
So
he's fit, yeah.
yeah, of course, if he's fit and he plays a lot of minutes, of course, if
I
he's
mean,
right
I
there
think
playing football.
his numbers are like 5 goals in like 550 minutes or so. Like that strike rate is fantastic. I think.
Yeah, he has the same output of Belotti. I remember Belotti has 20,000 minutes, 100 and something goals. Origi has 10,000 minutes in his career, 50 something goals. So
But
basically,
he's scoring these goals though in the Champions League and the Premier League though, which
yeah,
I
and he's
mean
scoring
Premier
these
League of
goals
course
as
they're
a
not going
bench
to play
player. As a bench
defense.
player.
Mm.
Yeah, Premier League they don't play defense, so maybe it's like I don't know, easier perhaps you could argue it is maybe. I don't know.
I
Like
think
they're
That's a,
it's
not going
easier to
to
score goals. It's easier to score goals when you play for Liverpool than when you play for Torino or whatever Belotti played in his
yes,
years.
especially that.
that is a weird topic of discussion because there's a lot of people saying, you have these strikers, they go to Italy and then they're not doing so great in England. They go to Italy, but then in Italy they crush it.
That's not true. That's not true. The fact they don't do well in England. Tammy Abraham was doing well in England. He was scoring. He scored like
Yeah,
15
he had a
goals
great
the
breakout
season.
season.
The season. No, the season before he moving from Chelsea to Roma, he scored like around 15 goals, but he was not playing at all. Tuchel was not playing him. He preferred Werner, Kai Havertz, and he was coming from the bench and he was scoring
No.
goals. Origi is the same thing. He's not playing at all, and he still scores
And
goals.
and Werner hasn't done shit with Chelsea,
Exactly.
really.
Lukaku, 200 goals
Lukaku
in Premier
either.
League.
Yeah.
Lukaku. I think Lukaku scored a lot of goals in his career, more than 100 goals in Premier League. I'm
Lukaku
pretty
in
sure
the
about it.
Premier League scored close to 160 goals.
Exactly. So you're not telling me Lukaku is a guy that was not performing in Premier League. No. Lukaku was scoring goals, man. With Everton, he was scoring goals with Manchester United. He had the worst season he had. He scored like 17 goals at Manchester United or something like that. 12 goals, 15 goals. And no, man, they score goals in England and they score in goal in Italy. If you're good at scoring goals, you score goals everywhere, no matter what. No matter the football you're
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah. No, it is an interesting topic. We have Antonio. Let's see if Antonio is joining the live. We haven't heard from him in a while. Um, this is very interesting right here. Um, this link came out today. Here's another real name mentioned. The agent of Jorginho stated how Masada asked for information about his move to Milan, which seems plausible as he's free in 2023. How do you guys see a Jorginho in Milan's shape, in Milan's tactics? Because he's a player that needs to be in the center of the midfield and he needs to play make from the back. We're not really playing that way. We're playing with two
No.
double pivots. Jorginho is more a player that is a single pivot. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know what to. I love the guy. I think Milan would have to change a little bit their formation, but Jorginho is a champion. No, nobody can tell me that he's not a champion.
He's
The
had
guy,
a shaky season, but yeah, of course he's a champion. We all know what he can do.
right. I mean, the guy won literally everything in the space of 2 years. Everything he could have,
But
every
does he
competition.
have the motivation to hit those heights again? Do you think he does?
Yeah, I think he's still young, so yeah, Why not? Absolutely. I
For
think
me, it
he's
depends on the money, I guess. And obviously, we're gonna have to change formation and go
that's the thing.
4-3-3.
That's the thing with Jorginho. He is a player that is clearly he's not a mezzala. He's a player that needs to be in the middle of the park, kind of like a Pirlo, kind of what he did. Um, so I would definitely like him in the team. Yeah. What do you think? What do you guys think? Go ahead. You tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, this is a good comment. Jorginho plays on the double pivot a lot of time with Chelsea,
Okay.
especially when Mason Mount is playing or other number 10 slash midfielders play. He
Okay.
Hmm.
usually plays with Kovacic, and when Kante is not injured, Kante plays, or Kovacic and Kante play together as a double pivot. So he can do the double pivot without any problem. He's gonna do the double pivot more like on a way that Pioli likes, that he becomes the defenders in the middle.
Right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? And
Kind
he
of like
goes
what
deep. And
Benacer is doing.
Benacer sometimes does, Kessie sometimes does, Tonali as well likes to do
Right.
it. So
Well,
I
okay.
think
That's a
he
good
can
point.
play at Milan. He recovers a lot of balls. He likes to press, but he needs the team needs to be close with each other, so the space to cover is not too much when you don't have the ball. So he's
Gotcha.
good at pressing, and Chelsea likes that. Chelsea presses when they don't have the ball. They like to go and press. I think he can do that. If Milan is interested, there is that means that he hits those stats and those type of football that Massara and Maldini are looking for.
Good point.
I don't think it's gonna happen because his salary is quite high, and
He'll
probably
be like
Juventus is gonna go for
32,
him. Yes, and
33.
Ooh,
the age as
wow.
well.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I mean, in 2023, I think he'll be 32.
In
Yeah.
Did you just
in a
check?
year, no, in a year he's gonna be 30 years old probably.
Did
I
you
don't
just
think
check that?
Jorginho is so.
No, he's 30 right now.
So in 1 year it's gonna be 31.
Okay, yeah, he'll be 31. His birthday's in December, 91.
Hmm.
So
I thought he
still a
was
good
younger.
age. It's a good age for a midfielder.
Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, quality. I'm always up for quality. Let's see what happens with that. But is an interesting link that came up today. Another good point for Jorginho is due to list of competitions. We need 4 Italians and 4 players brought up from the academy. Jorginho fits the Italian criteria. We should get Kovacic. Um, I don't know about that, guys. Why do we need so many midfielders? We already have enough. No to Jorginho, guys. What do you think about this Kessie official? He's already signed the contract with Barcelona. He's already done the medical. It's pretty much a done deal. Any any thoughts about this?
Well,
If,
I told you a long time ago that there is no chance that Maldini is giving him a contract, and he's already gone. That we already move on with him. We are already probably already have a deal with Renato Sanchez, and Pobega is coming back. Adli, so we are already in the next season on that position.
Mm,
yeah, I don't think we're gonna miss him, and as long as he stays professional, I honestly, I wish him well. Honestly, I don't have any intentions or bad wishes towards him.
yeah. So basically, the last report I read about this is that Milan stopped at 5.5 plus bonuses, and they did not
Mm.
want they didn't want to go any further than that. And plus, the agent is asking for hefty fees also. So, Barcelona is offering 6.5 plus eight plus bonuses, and Barcelona is totally okay with giving the agent the money that he's asking for. I do want to say something about Barcelona real fast. Barcelona's playing some really good football under Savi. I wonder how.
Yeah,
I wonder if this team is going to reemerge from the ashes already next year, because the tiki taka style of football is back in the Catalan stadium over there. What do you guys think? Do you think that Barcelona is back or not yet?
Yeah, it's back. Depending on
anything can
what
happen.
depending what you mean is back. Is it
Like,
back to win La Liga? Yes.
You mean like
That
they're gonna win consecutive titles and Champions
yes,
Leagues?
that's what I
no,
mean.
Like
that's
create a
no,
dynasty? No,
Yeah,
because
that's
no,
what I mean.
no chance.
Aubameyang is already old and he's gonna get worse eventually. I think so. It's not
No,
like
but you
they're
don't
building a dynasty.
still.
He's gonna be gone pretty soon.
And it's not a killer team that actually can beat anyone at any time, no matter what. You know, it's a good team. They play great football. They don't play the tiki taka. They play exciting, aggressive football. Straight away
Yeah,
going to the point, really going on a counter as well, waiting and going on a
yeah.
counter as well. So yeah, they're
It's
playing
a
great
different style.
football. They know what to do in the pitch. They are back. They're gonna challenge for the La Liga next season, and big chances to win it on that side. Back at the level of 2009, 2016, no chance. That period, I don't think any team are going to reach that level anymore in the next 10 years, in my opinion. It's gonna be we're going back to the football we used to be before Ronaldo and Messi prime era. We're
Milan is
going
going to
back
reach
to
this.
we're going back to every year a different team winning the Champions League. Six, seven, eight teams that are actually going to be incredibly good. They're fighting
Awesome.
for European titles and domestic titles. So we're not going back to that level of dominance of Real Madrid and Barcelona they had in 10 years.
Hey, speaking about creating projects that are big, I've noticed that in these past few days, Paolo Maldini has been touted by international media, and has been recognized for the great job that he has been doing. Um, so it looks like Maldini is starting to get some recognition. Um, I don't know. Do you think this is this is a strange question? Do you think that all these, let's say, compliments might get into his head, and then he might get a little bit cocky, or do you think that he's just going to let it slip off of his skin and keep on doing what he's doing?
As a player, I mean, he was ice cold, I think. So, as a manager, I think he'll do the same. He's consistent, ice cold,
No, man, he's too
professional.
old, man. He's too old to have
Yeah,
that type
get
of
cocky. I
behavior.
mean, no. He's like going to turn into Conor McGregor? No.
He's 50 something, man. He's
This
not
is
gonna get
Paolo
cocky
Maldini.
at the age of
Yeah.
50.
Please. No.
And I mean, he didn't get cocky when he won like 5 Champions Leagues and everything he had to win as
I
a
know.
player. He's
Yeah.
gonna be cocky
He's
now
still
because he
working
signed
hard.
Saelemaekers for 6 million. I don't think so.
To be fair, Maldini did say, these are his words, not mine. He did say in an interview with Cannavaro that he is the biggest loser in football because he's lost so many finals. Anything, so yeah, I guess you guys are right.
He's
Um,
humble. He thinks he's the biggest loser, and yet all his peers say that he's the best.
right. Yeah,
It
that's true.
tells you everything.
The good thing about Maldini that he when he came to AC Milan and as a sport director, so he had won nothing at that point. It was just starting. The good thing I like about him that he already knew what he wanted, so he never gave to Raiola and Donnarumma what they wanted. He never gave the contract to Çalhanoğlu that he wanted. So he's really firm on that side. He knows his value, he knows his ideas, and he knows that what he thinks is the right thing, and he goes for that direction. And I like that. So he's not cocky. He knows that the way to go forward and is this one. And another thing that is actually interesting that I heard from a lot of people is that he said no to Galliani. Galliani offered him a job.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
The
I
Chinese
remember that.
owner offered him a job, and he said no.
Yep.
When Elliot offered him the job, he said yes because Elliot actually convinced him about the project and what he's going to do in the next years with AC Milan. So I guess Elliot is gonna keep AC Milan for long, and they have great
I hope so.
ideas, and they have how you say it, a way of doing things that Maldini likes a lot.
I
So I
think
like that.
Maldini's learned from them also. Like, I don't know if Maldini was as trusting, like in the maybe like the youth project as much, but I think he's grown to understand it and see that it's good for the club. And if it's good for the club, Maldini will do it. You know, Milan is always in his heart. It's never about his ego.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say something that I might regret in the future. But I say this not because I'm biased. I say this because I have followed this project very closely, and because I follow the Serie A very well, etc., etc. I can really only do this comparison with Serie A teams. So right now, I'm just going to stick to Italy. But the way Maldini is operating, he's going to be the best sports director in the near future, the number one guy. What he's going to do, what he's doing is he's going to revolutionize football because he's showing us that you do not need to spend all this big money to create a championship team, a
Hmm.
competitive team. And he's going to change the way they're operating is going to change the way football is perceived and also how football is created within a club. So I think that Maldini is on his way to becoming not only he finished his career as a football player as one of the best ever. Defensively, people say the best ever, 100%. But as a sports director, he might have a similar career. I might have a similar career. Who knows? It looks like it. It looks
Hopefully.
like it. Now, I can't compare that to what's happening in La Liga. I really don't know, or the Premier League. But in Italy, Marotta, Marotta's time now. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe Marotta's time is over, and I think Maldini is going to be the new guy that is going to take over. And Maldini knows football. This is a big difference between him and all these other sports directors. Maldini played the game. He knows what the game feels like, so he can really look at it from that perspective. And yeah,
I don't know if I would give all the praise to Maldini, honestly, because he's the one that chose Giampaolo. That was his man. You know what I
oh yeah,
mean?
true. He's made
Like you
some
got to
mistakes.
give praise to Pioli, and I know you guys do that a lot, but let's give. I think Pioli has a lot to do with it. I even think Gazidis, honestly, has quite a bit to do with it.
Yeah, no. It's
They're all
I,
working
I,
together, and I think very well. I
I
think
want
they
to
all
add.
complement each other very well. Sorry.
I want to add something on what you guys say. Maldini did a mistake on Giampaolo. I don't think Maldini did a mistake on Giampaolo.
No.
Appointing a manager is not a mistake. Being good at firing that manager when you think is not the right manager as soon as possible, so you can change direction quickly. That is a good sport director. Every sport director appointed the wrong manager at one point of their life.
Mm.
And the best ones, they fire him straight away. They realize, no, this is the wrong one. Get out of here. I need another one. You look at Manchester United, they kept the wrong manager for 3 years, man, because the sporting director is a bunch of idiots, or at least they don't know about football. They should have realized earlier that he was not the right one.
So you don't think
Chelsea
he?
was good at firing straight away,
Yeah.
firing and winning. So the good sport director knows when to fire. They never know
Sure.
who to hire because it's impossible to know who you're gonna hire. But as soon as you
And you
get the
don't.
wrong one, move on straight away.
You don't think he was talking with Giampaolo about like his ideas, when they're having his interview, like what do you want to do with Milan? What do you want to do with the club? What formation do you want to play? Who do you want to bring in? What kind of team do you want to build? Giampaolo. And
Yeah, he
apparently
talked
he
about that.
believed in it. He believed in it, and there was just so many changes, and he's playing players out of position. I don't know. I
My,
think.
my,
But
sorry,
yes,
go
he
ahead,
did
finish.
fire him definitely on time, for sure, and that's
My,
good. That's a good thing, and he got it
my,
right the next time.
my sense of all of that, the Giampaolo thing, comes from this, Gattuso. Gattuso being a coach that is very, very loud, a lot of character, a lot of charisma. Maybe someone that is difficult to work with. And Maldini wanted to go. Maldini and everybody else. And you see how all those people are. Gazidis, Maldini. At the time, I think it was Boban though, not Masada. But they're all very like placid people. They're all very like relaxed, calm, cool, collected kind of people. I think Gattuso was a little bit of a dissonant note in that in those offices. They wanted someone that they could talk to a little bit more freely, less emotions. Giampaolo was that person, but Giampaolo did not transmit anything to the team. He transmitted something to the management, but then when he was on the field, he didn't transmit any personality to the team. And yeah, they made a mistake with Giampaolo. Thank God they rectified that mistake by getting Pioli, who has a similar personality in Giampaolo, meaning he's a person that you can talk to, that you can reason with. But Pioli had the skill to transmit his values to the football team, to the players.
Yeah, he's like a psychologist. I feel like Pioli.
Yeah.
He knew how to. repair those broken minds. And then Zlatan, that was just then it was finished when he came.
Zlatan
He
was
took
a
it to,
cherry.
took it to
Yes,
another level after that.
Zlatan definitely the cherry on the top. Maybe we can argue that if Zlatan never came,
Absolutely,
would have
yeah.
Pioli succeeded at Milan?
I
What do you
I
guys
don't
think?
think so. I don't think so.
I guess we'll never know. That's the thing
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
That's
But I mean, he
we
was
saw
scoring so many good goals. When he came in,
another.
he was helping
That's
out
another
everywhere.
good. That's another good thing. Maldini got brought a Ibra, and Gazidis didn't want Ibra.
Mhm.
The ownership didn't want Ibra because he was not the young player with the low salary.
Yeah, I
So
believe that. I
that's
believe
another
that.
decision Maldini makes that is the right one. And I'm pretty sure 90% of the or 60% of the AC Milan support at that time was like, "What are we gonna do with this old dude? Why we're signing Ibra for free?
I was
He's finished."
ecstatic.
Exactly.
I was a little bit skeptic. I was a little bit skeptic.
I was happy
No,
actually, and the reason I was happy is pretty simple, and not because I know future, but I was looking at the Serie A at that time, and Quagliarella was scoring around 30 goals at the age of 36. 36. So I was in my mind thinking, man, if Quagliarella can score 30 goals at the age of 36, Zlatan can score at least 15. At least 15.
and he was having good seasons in the MLS. I mean, I know it's a joke league, but I mean, physically he was keeping up with it. So
And I
yeah,
was right.
Yeah,
yeah,
no. Zlatan definitely changed the definitely Zlatan definitely put all the players on their toes, right? Like it's something
yes.
that he
They
does
had
for
to train
sure.
hard every day.
If you are in a team with Zlatan, you can't slack. You can't slack. And honestly, this is what Maldini used to do. This is why Shevchenko. I remember seeing this interview of Shevchenko after he left. That he had issues with Maldini because Maldini was such a pain in the ass
Yeah,
general.
you were telling me that before.
Yeah, he was a pain in the ass general
I didn't know.
in the training camp where he demanded 150% from everybody, even
That's
if it
what you
was
should do, though.
right.
I mean, you were trying to win Champions Leagues. What do you want to be the best or not?
No, right, and I guess that's why Maldini got Ibrahimovic because that's what they wanted, and maybe this is why they're very scared. I want to use this word, scared to let him go, because
I am too.
if you let go a personality like that, who is going to substitute? Who's going to replace him? I mean, obviously, we don't want to be Ibra dependent, right? But it is a personality that really can turn a piece of shit into gold. So
We we need to become champions first, I think, and then you can start to then you get him off. I think maybe you can
mm,
let him leave.
that's a good point.
We
Yeah, yeah.
we need to be champions. Everyone needs to feel like a champion and be a champion.
That definitely elevates players. It makes them feel more responsible, when they have that championship. And it's experience. Winning trophies, it's experience.
Honestly, even if we do win a championship, I feel like another season with Zlatan is good. Like even if we win the Scudetto, I would keep him because then the pressure also it gets higher. The stakes get higher. Can you retain this championship? Can you remain at the top? You
Yeah,
know,
that's a heavy debate because there's a lot of people that do not want to see Ibra nowhere near AC Milan. For example, Laert.
definitely
Laert.
not on this contract that he has now. Definitely not on that same contract. No, because I think he's making like he's isn't it like 6 million net or something crazy?
Well, to be fair, his contract is something like 4 or 3 million, but then
Okay,
plus the bonuses. The bonuses are pretty hefty. The bonuses take it all the way up to 7 million. So he's not getting a 7 million guarantee net contract. His
hmm
contract has hefty bonuses. His net guarantee, if I'm not mistaken, I remember reading this was somewhere around 3 or 3.5.
Mm.
okay,
Listen,
but yeah,
I don't want Ibra. I don't want Ibra at Milan just because I like Pioli, man. Are we do we think about Pioli for 1 second? This this man deserves a young striker at his prime, or at least a young striker that is going to peak.
yeah, Origi.
No, you need another
No,
one. You need three of them. You need three
I
of them.
would go
Not
for
I agree with
uh,
that. Laird. I agree with you, Laird.
yeah,
I
yeah, of
agree with
course, yeah.
because you need Pioli needs to express his football at
Yeah.
his potential, and Ibra is stopping him clearly because Pioli his idea of football is not putting a 41 years old as a striker for sure. His idea of football is to have pace, to have energy. You know, it's
Hmm.
it's. I'm not saying Ibra is finished, but football is changed now, and we don't need Ibra for the next season. If
Uh,
we buy a striker, if we're thinking to get a not get a
I
striker,
hope
yeah,
not.
of course,
I'll
Ibra
say
should be
I hope
fine.
not. But if it's all tied to bonuses, his salary, then what's the problem with like paying him? I don't know, 2 million net
I,
to keep
I'll
him
tell you.
around.
I'll
I
tell
mean,
you.
he's a coach though. He's like a coach as well.
I'll tell you what is the problem. The problem is that the press, everyone is gonna keep, is gonna start asking for Ibra to play, and not Origi, not Giroud, and not the young striker maybe that we're gonna get, and
Well,
that puts pressure on Pioli, which is not Guardiola, which is not Klopp, that doesn't give a shit. He can actually put a player in the bench for 5 games in a row and not care. Pioli is gonna
Zlatan
break. He's gonna break, and
Zlatan
he's gonna
he
play
can
a
take
41 years old.
responsibility. He can take
Sorry.
responsibility. He can go to the newspaper. Look, I'm old. Shut the fuck up.
No, no, it doesn't do that. Zlatan doesn't. No
He
one
already
does
said
that.
he's old. He already says he's
No,
old. That's
I
like
but
don't,
what
no
he
one
just
does
said.
that. No one
Laird,
does that.
Laird, I don't know if I completely agree with that because Pioli, when Pioli took out Romagnoli for Tomori, that was a bold move, right? So
Yeah,
Pioli
me
does
too.
have the personality to play the players that he thinks are not going to, But I mean, of course, Ibrahimovic is not Romagnoli, and they can't be
And
compared. I understand
I
that.
don't think if Zlatan is not killing it in training, I don't think he's gonna be pissed off when someone's playing over him. I don't
No,
think
no.
that's in him.
It's. But I'm talking
He's
about the
not gonna.
press. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the press, man.
And if
The
they do
press
that,
is gonna.
Zlatan can shut them down. He can say, "Look, I'm fucking old." Okay,
Yeah,
and
but
the
the
team
press is
is
gonna
doing
say,
great
"Why did you renew? Why did you renew? Why are you not playing?"
because I
It's
love football.
complicated, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's complicated. It's not like this. Someone like Zlatan cannot be a part-time player. He's in for real or he's not. And this is his last year, man.
Well, listen,
That's it.
we have to see because there is a chance that he stays. I don't know. I mean, look, Laird is a right a lot when it comes to this stuff. Sometimes he's not, but
He
many times he
is.
is.
He is.
But
I give
but
him credit.
but we'll see because there is voices of him staying at the club. So we're going to see what happens. And
If
if he
Sweden makes
does,
the World Cup, if Sweden makes the World Cup for sure, I think he's staying. He's gonna want to play and get in that squad. He's gonna have all the motivation in the world to get into that squad. And not only that, but if he's a part of our Milan squad for maybe 2 more years, who knows? Maybe we're winning a Champions League. He wants that trophy.
I mean, at that point, 1 year. I mean, okay, I'm going to be let's say I'm going to give him 1 year, but that's it. After in next season, not the season, the next 2 seasons, no more. I mean, come on, that's too much. I'd give him one more season, but of course not as the main actor, and he probably knows that. He probably knows that.
Yeah. He I think he does. Like he gave an interview. I think like a few days ago, saying that look, I'm old. I can't play like he because I think he was getting asked about like is he going to play for Sweden right now? In the
Yeah.
game we have coming up, and he's like, no, I can't do this thing. I don't have it in my legs. I don't have 90 minutes in my legs ever again. Probably
And
he was saying.
he also did say that the idea of retiring scares him, and it gives him a panic attacks.
He's being honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's my question. Is Ibra not retiring because he's scared to retire, or is because he thinks he's good enough to keep playing? I think Ibra is scared, man, to retire. His life has been always playing football, and he doesn't know what to do with his life after he retires. That is a real issue every football player has at the end of their career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with him to be part of the management. I would love to keep him
Of course, of
uh,
course.
helping Pioli. But as a player, I really want the club to get another striker, Origi, Giroud, and another striker.
All right, so
I
let's play this game. Which so let's say we're going into the next season minus Ibra. We have Giroud, we have Origi, which seems to be a done deal at this point. Who is this third striker? Marshall says Scamacca. You're talking about a young striker, right? So someone like Scamacca in that age range. So let's play this game. Let's give out some names. Interesting names. Laird, you start. Hans, give me a few. Chat, you give me a few names, and I'll give you who I think.
One comes to mind immediately, De Ketelaere. He
Who?
plays for
mm,
De Ketelaere. He plays for Bruges. He's like 193 or 192 centimeters. He's like 6'3", 6'4", almost. And he plays every position. This guy has been playing like central midfielder, attacking midfielder, winger, any side. He's left-footed. He's huge, and he's been playing Champions League for 2 years now. He had a really good game against PSG. You can check
what
the
about
highlights.
striker? What about striker? Can he
Well,
play
he plays
striker?
striker. He's been playing striker this whole season. He's been banging them in.
Okay. How old is he?
He's just turned 21 this month,
hmm
and
Um,
his personality is very humble. I would say he's quiet and he works very hard for the team. Technique not the greatest, but he works very hard, and he's just like a very good all-round player. Like he has good vision and good tackling. I think he even played left back in a game I saw, like when I was looking at transfer market. Like he's just a good footballer.
I'm not very
yeah.
familiar with him. Okay, so that's one. Guys, just real fast regarding Colombo.
And he would probably be 40 million, I would say. 40 million
40
euro.
Mm,
So like Scamacca, I think is 40 as well.
correct. Just a quick thing about Colombo. So Colombo's project is a 2-year loan. So right now his first year loan. Then he's going to do another year loan, and then we're going to see where he is at. So that's what we heard a few weeks
Colombo is
ago.
really interesting. I saw him play on the right wing for the national team. That would be incredible if he could play there with us, because he's left-footed as well.
For the under
Yeah.
21. So
Yeah.
so what they want to do with Colombo is similar to how they did with Pobega. So now Pobega has done his 2 years. He's close to 23 now, I believe, Pobega, 22, 23. So now they're going to actually see whether Pobega is AC Milan player this summer. So Colombo just is still far away from seeing him in an AC Milan shirt.
Yeah. He needs more time. I think he's still 19.
Yeah, correct.
Still a teenager.
Yeah. Nasty scored for Italy. Nice. Yeah, for me, well, Laird, your Albanian compatriot, Broha, has been linked with Milan heavily these past week from our favorite guy Pellegatti, and he's saying that the people at the club are very interested in this player. Laird, what do you think?
Going back to the guy, the Kettler, he's Pellegatti said that we are far away from him. He's a good player, but we don't have how you call it, serious intention to sign him. Or of course we like him, but
was this player
we
linked?
don't.
He was linked with
There have been reports, but I agree with Laird. I don't think we're gonna get him. I think he's
okay.
gonna.
I mean, I hope we get him. I hope we get him.
I really hope we get him.
I must
sincerely
I must have missed it. I must have missed it. My bad. Keep on going.
I hope we get him because that's the type of striker I want AC Milan to sign. 21 between 20 and 24 years old striker. Before becomes a world class, somebody that is still not scoring a lot of goals, but you can see that that season that he's gonna score 25 goals is there. He's almost there. Like Tammy Abraham. Tammy Abraham, he was there, was coming. That 25 goals a season was coming. It was just a matter of time and the right team. So I want that type of striker. I'm happy with Scamacca. I think Scamacca is there. 1, maybe 2 seasons, he's gonna get that 25 goals. And if we buy him, I'm happy. Broya, same player. Uh, Almost there to get that 25 goals a season. Maybe not next season, but in 2 seasons for sure.
Isn't
Maybe next
Broa
season
like
as
a
well.
smaller player though?
Sorry?
Isn't he a smaller player? Like his physical stature, his height.
No, he's 192, something like that, and 195. Between
What am I
190 and
thinking of?
195.
Okay, sorry, I'm
He's
thinking about somebody else.
he's really tall. I mean, he's a big guy and really
Okay,
technical as well.
good. That's
Proper
what I want.
striker. He's just a striker. He cannot play right wing or stuff like that. He's just proper first striker. Another player that I like as a striker. I mean, I don't mind Belotti as well, but Belotti, I'm not gonna be excited. Belotti, I'm gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna do well. He's gonna get us the at least 10,
That's
15
like 10
goals at
goals a
least.
season.
No, even more than that. But at least, let's say, a bad season, Belotti can get 10 goals with AC Milan. A bad season, a normal season, 15. An incredible season can go to 20, 25. So I'm not gonna be excited, but it still is a good deal. It's still useful, and it's still a player that can help us to challenge for the Scudetto. Um, I don't know. I'm happy with a lot of different strikers, but has to be that range of age, 20, 25, big pace, technical, and ready to
Mhm.
sacrifice for the team, to run a lot, to give
Yes,
everything,
yes.
and to be okay on the fact that he's gonna stay on the bench some games, or some games he's gonna get out of at minute 65. He's not gonna play all
And
these games.
hopefully a low salary. I'm hoping a lower salary, so
No,
there's not as much pressure.
yeah, these type of players usually they don't get a big salary. They are
Yeah.
earning around 500,000 a year or 1 million a year usually. So you're gonna offer them a 3 million a year net,
Mhm.
Just
and you're
just just one thing regarding Nunez from Benfica. It is true that Milan really likes this player from the voices that are coming out, but this he's way out of Milan's current range right now. It seems like this player
Yeah, that's
is
like
it's
80
like
million, I think.
yeah.
Like he's killing it
these type
in
of
the champ.
players. These type of players are players that his contract expires in 3 years. So Benfica is gonna sell for a high price, and a lot of
Mhm.
teams are gonna bid on him. So who is gonna offer more and is gonna be more appealing as a project is gonna get him.
We were like a year late to Nunez, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good player. I mean, if Milan goes all in on him, I'm happy as well. You know what I mean? I'm not like he's a good player. There is a lot of good players. Ozzy man is amazing. Uh,
Yeah, Aussie man. Wow.
it's a
Um,
lot.
Oh my God, Osimhen single-handedly trying to get Napoli the title.
Ozyman is
Yeah.
having a fantastic season. No, guys, I mostly agree with
He
everything you
is.
guys are saying. You know, those players make sense to me. Those younger players that could potentially become superstars, like a Skamaka, like a Breuer, like this Kittelere guy. Um, uh, let's see what happens. I can't give you a name, to be honest with you. You guys know what I think, who I would go for, so I don't need to repeat it. But at the end, one thing that Lart and I spoke about earlier before this live was that the way this Milan is playing, the way this Milan is set up, you put anybody there that is a good footballer, and they'll have a great season.
Yeah.
You put Origi there, he's going to have a great season. You put Scamacca there, he's going to have a great season. You put Belotti there, he's going to have a great season. You put Nunes there, any one of these players is going to have a great season because the team is a real team. They're all playing for each other. They're not dependent on one main actor to resolve the games. Just look at who scored our goals in these last 5 or 6 games. It's always been different players. So it's similar to what Gasperini is doing. You get one out, you get one back in, the team still plays the same. So that is one advantage that we have as a club when it comes to new players. We're very lucky that Pioli has put together a beautiful, well-oiled machine, and no matter who you bring in, who you bring out, obviously of a certain quality, is going to do well.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree. We have like a European style of football. You know, everyone can adapt to that. Everyone's ready for that,
No,
Yes.
definitely.
like Champions League style.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about this rumor that Elliot might be getting Chelsea, or a portion of Chelsea, or a small percentage of Chelsea. Laird, you live in England. What do you know about this?
About Chelsea and the new owners. So I know that Chelsea probably in a month is gonna have a new owner, and there is at least 5 or 6 serious buyers, and all of them they need to show they are able to financially buy the club, run the club properly, and they know how to run a sport organization, so they can prove that. And they need to prove all of these things, and of course, main thing, they need to be not Russian. that's a that's a requirement for sure. So they're close. I think they're gonna be. And Elliot, I think, is coming in with this 5% investment. I think to back up some of his friends. They probably don't have experience on running a football club or investing in such a big deal. So it's gonna be like they're telling them telling the UK government, listen, these guys are backed up by me, which I have a lot of money, and I know how to run a sport organization or any type of organization. So give them the club. So that's what Elliot is trying to do there, or what is asked from these people to do. And as I was saying, we need another club like Lille to get some talent. So I think it's a good move from him.
Are we gonna have like a even more of a Chelsea connection then, if that happens? After Tomori, maybe Broha will
I,
come then.
I hope. Listen, I hope these things get sorted out in a month for that reason, so Milan can actually start to have a conversation with Chelsea about Broja.
Holy shit! I'm reading
Because
an article about Broha. They want 60 million pounds for him, according to
What?
yeah,
this.
yeah, they
That's
want 60
that's
million
like
pounds.
70 million euro.
So
Yeah.
to be 100% clear regarding the Broya links that were brought up as the idea of him coming in on loan, similar to, I think, the Tomori deal. Um,
Uh,
so these links aren't that strong; they're not very strong. But it seems that this was the idea. Bringing him on loan, if he's a player that is, an excess player for Chelsea, and they need him to play like he's on loan right now for West Ham, and basically do the same thing for Milan.
so we pay nothing. We just get to loan it, and then
And
not
then
this
send,
summer, but next
and then
summer, then we would pay for him like the big money.
if he delivers, yeah. So similar to
Yeah,
what happened with Dalot. Remember what happened with Dalot? We brought him on loan. He played the season with us, and then
yeah.
we didn't really find an agreement. So this was the idea. It wasn't, hey, we're going to buy him straight away from you.
I mean, it saves us money. Then we can fix the team in other places, you know. So I would be okay with that.
I think the rumors are, the news we're seeing 60 million pound. Um, I don't believe them. I believe Chelsea would ask that amount of money to an English club. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure if Arsenal comes and say I want Broja, Chelsea will say okay, 60 million pound,
yeah. It's the
please,
Premier League and it's
because
your rivals. Yeah,
exactly, it's the rivals. They know the balance sheet of these clubs. They know they earn a lot of money. So you want the
yeah.
player, give me 60 million. Simple as that. Like Tammy Abraham. If he was going to Arsenal, Arsenal had to pay around 55 million pounds, something like that. Roma paid 38 million pounds. So There's a different price for a Premier League team. So the Broja deal, in my opinion, is if the guy wants to leave Chelsea, one. Two, if the guy wants to play for AC Milan. And three, AC Milan is really interested in him. The three party can find an agreement that is not paying 60 million pounds, but is maybe paying 60 million euro, which is 50 million pounds, something like that. Or have a discount or pay those money loan with obligation to buy. So you pay them in 2 years, not in 1 year. So they can find an agreement, but you need to make sure that the player wants to leave Chelsea, Chelsea wants to sell the player, Milan wants to buy the player, and try to do the deal. We're
I
gonna
mean,
know
if
that
it's loan with
Chelsea
option,
gets
there's
an
no
owner.
risk for us. So
I don't think
I
it's gonna
would
be
do
a
it.
loan with option. I don't think it's gonna be a loan with
Oh,
option.
but then I'm not sure then.
I don't think so because he's a good player. And Chelsea, the only favor Chelsea can do is I'll give it to you 1 year on loan, so you can actually pay the player the year after. So you can put it on your balance
Okay.
sheet the year after, and you can give him a contract 1 year after. So what does it mean? That you give him a 5-year contract, but you add him for 6 years. And the first year was
Mhm.
with a cheap contract because he's earning really a little at Chelsea. So you get him for 6 years, and the first year you're paying him a little. You give him a contract, and you get him for 5 years, and you pay the fee the year after. So that is
I
still a good
mean,
deal for us,
yeah.
and we are
I
in a
mean, he could
different
definitely be
position in a
the
year,
future.
money wise.
Yeah.
So it's still a
And I
good
mean,
deal,
he's 20
but
right now, so he could definitely be the future.
yeah,
Like if he signs that
but it's a
5-year deal.
complicated. It's a complicated deal, and we need to see how much the player wants to come and play for AC Milan. That is my thing.
Mm.
And we need to, another thing we need to see is how quick Chelsea solve this issue of the ownership. Like, okay, who is the owner here? And is the owner gonna keep Tuchel or he's gonna go? Because if Tuchel stays, Lukaku is not is an issue. They need to solve the Lukaku issue. So Tuchel can say, just get rid of Lukaku. I'll keep Broja.
Right.
So
That's
it's
what I would
not gonna
do.
happen. So
Good
it's not
point.
gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
So we need to see a lot of things. There's a lot of things to look at.
Yeah, I couldn't see them getting rid of Broha. They want to try him out probably first before they do that, I would think.
It definitely looks like Lukaku is on his way out if Tuchel stays, and it looks like he might go back to Inter. Imagine having an Inter with Lukaku and Dybala next year. That's going to be a very difficult Inter to play against, to compete against.
I mean,
And
if they still have Brozovic, yeah. But if they don't,
oh,
you never
Brozovic,
know.
I think Brozovic just signed the contract.
Oh,
I think so. I think that happened literally today or yesterday. I could be completely wrong about this. Do not quote me on, but I think I read it. I saw a quote from him saying, "I've been wanting this contract for a very long time." So I don't know if that implied he signed a contract. I'm not sure.
It's
Uh,
official, yeah. Inter, I
yeah,
think,
it is.
went out with a statement.
there you
Okay.
go. There you go. So Brozovic has re-signed. Brozovic, a key player for Inter right now.
Well,
And
they'll have like double our wage bill, basically, and we'll still kick their ass.
yes,
No,
yes.
but guys, Lukaku is not going back to Inter for sure, 100% sure. I think Lukaku is gonna be the plan B for the team that is not gonna get Erling Haaland.
Oh wow,
It's
Yeah, that
simple as
makes more
that.
sense.
That is simple as that.
you rate him that high?
Well, he's a good player. Come on, he's not.
Do you rate him?
And
That's a big like Haaland for me. This is my opinion. This is just my opinion. For me, the difference between Haaland and Lukaku is like the difference between a mountain and a little hill. You know?
well, no, man. It's tactically, technically, we can talk all day, but at the end, Lukaku in the right system brings 25 goals a season in the league. So I know, you can say Erling Haaland is better than Harry Kane. We agree with that. But Harry Kane
I
at Man City can score 30 goals a season.
wait. So
So it
you
depends on.
think? Wait. So you think that Erling Haaland is then the best striker in the world?
Oh yeah, I
Not
think
in the world, but he's one of the best.
But what
yeah.
about Tiki Taka? His technique is nowhere near like
Erling
Tiki
Erling
Taka level.
Erling Haaland is right now maybe the best number 9.
I
Well,
agree. I love him, but I just didn't expect that because you don't like. I figured it wouldn't be your style.
There is going to be a lot of movement about strikers next summer, in my opinion. Lewandowski is not happy. I think he wants to find another challenge. Um, Lukaku is not happy. Harry Kane, I don't think is happy. Uh, Erling Haaland is going to move for sure. So it's going to be a rotation of strikers here. Lautaro Martinez will be move as well. Is going to move as well. Let's see, guys. It's going to be a lot of movement. So if I told you, if there is a team that wants Erling Haaland and they're not going to sign Erling Haaland, they're not going to settle and say, okay, we're not buying a striker. They're going to go for somebody else. And Lukaku, Lewandowski,
yeah.
Lautaro Martinez, Harry
In,
Kane, these people are still a good option.
no, in all fairness, that is a right statement. It is a correct statement. Yeah, I do agree with that. We got Saif in the house. What's up, Saif?
What's up, guys? How are you? I hope you're fine.
Very good. Saif, what's going
like
on?
I just joined, so I don't know what you guys were talking about, what the conversation was. So I'm a bit
Well, get
confused at the
prepared
moment.
next time, man. Get prepared next time before joining.
Unbelievable. The disrespect.
The disrespect. Just coming in and not saying, not even getting prepared. They're not even looking at the live for 5 minutes and seeing what the fuck they're talking about. And after I get in. But anyway, we're talking about the strikers.
Listen, if you guys have a few more words about the strikers, go ahead. But afterwards, I want to talk about these new fair FFP rules. Do you guys want to know what you guys think about them and what you know about them? Because I'm a little bit ignorant right now. I haven't read about them. So yeah, let's. If you want to talk a little bit more about strikers, go ahead. But if not, let's go into those FFP rules.
Guys, I actually have to go. It's pretty late here, and I gotta wake up at 6 a.m.
All right, my man.
No,
Peace out.
But
Later.
I'll definitely tune in and watch it tomorrow.
All right, perfect.
no
See you
worries.
guys
See you, man.
Later, Hans.
Later.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay. Financial fair play rules. What do you know about them, Larry? Did you read about this, Saif? Are you aware of this? I haven't had the chance to read about them yet, but we know that this subject of financial fair play is always such a contentious subject. It has hurt Milan. This is one of the things that has hurt Milan the most throughout the years. Now, these new rules here, I don't know if it's going to be good for us or bad for us. What do you guys know? Larry, do you know anything about it?
Yeah, I read the New York Times article about these new financial fair play rules.
Okay.
So first of all, I like the fact that UEFA didn't do the salary cap. I'm always against the salary cap, especially in Europe. You cannot do that in Europe, and I'm happy for that because you cannot force anyone to have a limit of what they can earn. We want capitalism. We want the freedom of earning as much as you want. Salary cap is madness. No other business in the world has a salary cap. You can get as much as you want. And another thing is in Europe there is the issue of taxes. Every country has different regulation, different taxes, so you cannot apply a salary cap to clubs that they are situated in different countries with different taxation. So simple as that. So forget about the salary cap. I'm happy with the 70% of you cannot spend more than 70% of your revenues. But for us doesn't matter. For us doesn't matter.
Sorry. Regarding this 70%, how much was it prior to this?
I don't know because the financial fair play before was not clear, was really a gray area. That's why a lot of clubs were finding a solution to avoid it or not getting punished. because it was not clear. It was like the UEFA was going and telling you, okay, you need to respect this balance sheet, situations. Now it's simple. This is your revenue. You cannot spend more than 70% of your revenues on that year. So if Milan has a 300 million revenue, Milan can spend up to, I think 70% is 250 million,
Yeah,
if I'm not wrong. So if Milan wants one summer to spend 250 million, they can do it because their revenue is 300 million. And if Paris Saint-Germain wants to spend 400 million, they can do it because their revenue is 600 million. You know what I mean? So and to help clubs to get to prepare themselves for that 70%, for the next 3 years they are allowed to go up to 90% of their revenue, to spend up to 90% of their revenue.
Oh, okay. Wow. Thank you, UEFA, for allowing us to spend our money. Thank you. Thank you, dear
So
Lord, dear gods of football. Okay.
so in my opinion, exactly, in my opinion, this is not a financial fair play. It really is not. This is basically is like spend as much as you want, because if a club spends 70% of their revenue on a transfer window,
It's a lot of
that
money.
means it's a lot of money. Come on, no business spends 70% of their revenue to grow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So basically, UEFA is telling them, stop putting money with sponsorship and bullshit like that. You can spend, just grow your business and spend as much as you want. And for us, doesn't matter because we never spend that amount of money. I don't think we spend that amount of money in a transfer window.
So, I think Ollie here had the numbers. He said, what did he say? What was it? Let me find that comment again. Milan made 2019 million last season. 70% of that is pretty decent. So this season we're probably making more than that.
Who says Milan made 219 million? Milan made 260 million last season.
Okay, well, whether it's 219 or 260, 70 million is a good amount. It's definitely more. 70% is definitely more than what we used this summer.
Exactly.
It's 70% is almost double of more of what we used this summer. So in your opinion, this new financial fair play is kind of not really going to harm anyone, right?
No, it's not exactly. Basically, UEFA decided to stop financial fair play. This is a cap that is so really loose, so really clubs can do whatever they want, man. Small clubs, they're gonna struggle because if your revenue is let's say 60 million, you cannot spend more than 50, maybe not 40 million. Yeah,
Right.
45 million. But
So,
a small club that has a 50 million revenue is not aiming for the Champions League. So the financial fair play.
but isn't that so ironic though? That these rules should not apply to the smaller clubs. If you make 50 million, then this rule should not apply to you, because then you're keeping that club in that state based on these regulations for as long as these regulations are there. So it is kind of ironic how these regulations help the bigger clubs, but they completely don't allow the small clubs. I'm talking about smaller clubs to actually advance.
Yeah, of course. But on the other side, if probably you go deep on that financial fair play on the books, for sure there is a saying that says these are rules applied just for clubs that participate to the Champions League, or just clubs
Oh, okay,
that.
so we don't know for sure.
So
Okay, gotcha.
probably I'm pretty sure. Let's say the Newcastle situation. If Newcastle is revenue is 250 million, but they want to spend 400 million, let's say. First of all, it's stupid, but let's say they want to spend 400 million. I'm pretty sure UEFA or the regulation says that you can actually do that because you're just starting and maybe it's just your first year, or because the 10 years before you didn't spend any money. So there is a way that says probably that the small clubs are are free to not do
yeah.
that.
So you're talking about loopholes. You think that there
Yeah,
probably are
exactly.
loopholes for
Or if you do it for 3 years in a row, you get a punishment. If you do it for just 1 year, you don't get any punishment because you're trying to elevate your team or invest in your team. So I don't think even small clubs, if a small club wants to become big, they can invest a lot of money in the first years. They are not in Europe, so they don't care. The second year they are in Europe, they spend a bit less or the same.
Well, let's see. I hope so. I hope so that they have these kind of loopholes clauses that allow smaller clubs to invest heavily if they have the opportunity to. Because if I buy Salernitana and I want to make Salernitana into a top 6 team, what the footballing government, FIFA or UEFA, should not disallow me to do that. But yeah, okay. So interesting regarding the financial fair play. All right, Safe man, what's
Um,
going on? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. About this financial fair play, I'm not gonna pretend like I know much about it like you guys, but maybe it's gonna affect the league badly because of the point you just said. You cannot have like take over, the teams will stagnate, and it's always gonna be the same. But I'm gonna come with it with the perspective of the management, with how they control the club. I think us fans, I'm gonna say a majority, really go hard on them, and being not, absolutely not fair sometimes. Uh, After what the Chinese did and how they spent careless amount of money, uh, I think the management has really saved us. And we always say, "Oh, they're shit. They don't do anything," but they actually like save the club. And I don't know. I mean, لا لا امبارح لا هروح sorry. Uh, like that's just the worrying part about the league. About the point that you just made. It's gonna stagnate the league. That's about it.
Yeah, well, let's see. Let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be
But
interesting.
the league is gonna be fine because, uh, for example, Sassuolo. If Sassuolo wants to spend more than 70% of their revenue, they can do it because they are not playing European football.
But Lawrence, you're. Are you sure about all these clauses?
Yeah, because UEFA punish the financial with the financial fair play. They punish with the European football, not with the domestic football.
Okay,
They have no power in the domestic football.
okay. So you are sure about this clause. Now it could be true. If you're sure, let's go with that. All right. So yeah, did you know that Sassuolo? How much do you think Berardi and these guys are getting? Do not search it on Google. How
I
much
tell you, Berardi is earning around 2 million.
and how much do you think Scamacca and Raspadori are earning? How much do you think these guys are earning?
Probably Scamacca is around 1 million, and Raspadori less. Raspadori around 300K,
Wow, 300K.
400K, something like that.
Well, as far as Scamacca and Raspadori goes, they're getting as much as Maldini is getting. Those are the
Three
salaries. No, no,
300K.
500, 600K. Between
Pretty good,
500
no?
and 700K. Like if these players that Sassuolo has, they're playing really well and they're getting paid nothing like the players that are in the top clubs.
Yeah, but it's still good, man. These are good salaries for Sassuolo. They're amazing salaries.
Oh, you think
If
so?
Sassuolo can pay 600K a young promising player, that's good, man. Sassuolo is a rich club on the Serie A ecosystem. Let's say I bet Berardi earns around 2 million net
I'm
because
not
he's
sure.
been playing a lot with Sassuolo. He's been playing almost 10 years with Sassuolo.
And they're gonna earn a lot of money from the sales this summer. Berardi, Scamacca, Raspadori. I don't know who else. That guy Traore is having a good season. He's a good player as well. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're definitely the CEO said the CEO said well, not the CEO, the president said that Berardi is on the market. He said that a few weeks ago. So yeah, definitely Berardi looks like he's leaving. Raspadori looks like he's leaving. Scamacca looks like he's leaving. Frattesi looks like they're leaving. All these Italian players, Traore maybe even, and I even remember De Zerbi in an interview at Bobo Vieri TV saying that what Sassuolo needs to do is to revamp the whole squad. They need to change the whole squad. So maybe that is what they're doing. I don't know why, but I mean, one thing I respect about this owner, if he does let go of these players, is that he is allowing these players to have decent careers, big careers, careers that can really matter. Unlike that piece of shit at Torino, who trapped Belotti there forever. So hopefully the Sassuolo guy is not like that, and he's going to let these players go.
But I may be wrong, but didn't Belotti sign a new contract with Torino at one point? I think that
Yeah.
also falls on
Yeah.
him. That falls on him as well. His ambition.
The moment there was a period in which he had the opportunity to sell him, make some decent money, really good money, Fassone Mirabelli, and that to me, I judge that moment quite heavily because I mean, you're a club that is just came out of Serie B. There's another club here giving you 70 million, 60, 70 million for one of your players, and you're bitching because it's not 100 million. I mean, and at that time, Belotti was really excited about that move. He really wanted to join the club. Anyway, let's hope that this Sassuolo president is not like that.
No, no, it's not like that. He's a clever person. He's not crazy like Cairo.
Got you. All right. So now the other things. What else happened in the Milan world? What else is happening? Well, we know that Tomori and Brahim Diaz were in Dubai with Pioli and Maldini. Tomori had these interviews, all of them talking really well about Milan. Tomori saying that he's really proud to play at the club. All of them saying that this club feels like a family. So all positive things. But I think that's about it. I think we covered everything for today, right? Is there anything else? What do you think?
I don't know, man. Now is Italy playing tomorrow, man? How you feeling?
I feel that Italy right now has a great opportunity to take out Ronaldo. Take him out right now. Take out Portugal, or if Portugal wins, and if Italy wins. So I think this is the way Italy should go into it, because Mancini is not hiding. Mancini has said, we want to win the World Cup. We're going to play to win the World Cup. So this is your opportunity to get Portugal out of the way. This is your opportunity. If you want to start playing this World Cup now, start it right now. Start it tomorrow. Get down, go do Macedonia, beat them. Then most likely you're going to have to go to Portugal and play Portugal. And this is your opportunity to get rid of Portugal from the World Cup, make it easier for yourself. And you're doing other teams a favor too. So this is the only way they can look at it. And this is what they have to do. And if they fail, they fail. It'll be the first time in history that Italy doesn't make 2 World Cups. But if they don't fail, good for them. And that will definitely spring them with good energy towards the competition.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Italy should always be focused. Like, they shouldn't even underestimate Macedonia. They're not. They're not the best national team, but they do have some dangerous players that that really can hurt you.
Yeah, of course, Macedonia. Yeah, they're definitely going to look at it. They're going to respect Macedonia for sure. They're going to take all these games seriously. The fact that the game is in Portugal, I don't think it's too bad. I mean, Italy has won big games abroad, so it's not like it'd be the first time they go into they beat Germany in the World Cup in a stadium that Germany has never lost. They beat England in the Euro final at Wembley. So it's not like Italy. This shouldn't be something that Italy should be prepared to play Portugal in Portugal. So again, it's a good opportunity for Portugal to get rid of Italy, and it's a good opportunity for Italy to get rid of Portugal. And yeah, both teams are going to look at it that way. We're both going to look at it that way. Yeah.
Is
Well,
do you think UEFA or FIFA is gonna miss this opportunity to not have Ronaldo at the World Cup?
Do you think? Well, I think they're idiots because the way that this was set up makes absolutely no sense. There should have been a part one, part two, kind of thing about this. Instead, it was just all randomized. Like, who the fuck? Why? How stupid can you guys be? But are you talking about a conspiracy theory here more so?
No conspiracy theory, but is a lot of sponsors are gonna say Ronaldo's not there, or the worldwide is gonna have less traction, or it's just the World Cup. People don't care. Ronaldo is not there. Still, people are gonna talk about it. The fact that he's not there. So
Well, it's a risk that these sponsors are. It's not a risk. I mean, he's either going to be there or not. Um,
it's interesting. You know what I mean? Is the most famous player in the world.
yeah. Hmm.
He's the biggest name in this sport, and it's
Right.
his last World Cup. It's his last World Cup.
but what do you guys think that Italy should do about the whole striker situation? Because it's really messed up, you know. Do you think that they should count on someone like Scamacca maybe? They
No,
can
they're
throw
going
throw,
to.
throw, throw him in there.
Italy, Mancini is going to do what is his best option right now, which is Immobile. Immobile is the capocannoniere of the Serie A. Immobile keeps on scoring always, but Immobile is not the best Italy has had by any far stretch of imagination. And unfortunately, there's nobody else that has those numbers when it comes to Italian strikers. You know, when it comes to goal scoring, it's all about the numbers. If you have the best numbers, you're going to be the one that plays. So Mancini is going to go with Immobile, and we won the Euros with Immobile, and Immobile wasn't great. It's one of the weaknesses of the team, and but they can still win with a weakness like that. Yeah.
But you feel like he's only a striker that is only fit to play in the Serie A in a way. Like I
And,
don't
and
know, only in the
yeah,
Serie A.
and that is, and his career has shown that. Anytime he goes abroad in the international sphere, he does not perform the same level. It is one of the defects of this team for sure.
What do you think, Roy? If Italy doesn't qualify, what's gonna happen? What is the
I think Mancini is going to he's going
leave?
to say what?
He's going to leave.
He's going to leave, right? And I think the next they're going to think maybe Gattuso is going to come in. That's actually what I read today. So that's what I read. So if Mancini does not go to the World Cup, he's leaving, which means he's going to be on the market. Very good for football clubs. And it looks like Gattuso might go to Italy. Gattuso also being linked to Lazio, by the way.
Do you think about the Italian national team? Do you think is a really dark moment
No,
because we don't have a striker, we don't have a left wing. Apart from the midfield, I think Italy is lacking on every position.
I don't consider it a dark moment, but it is definitely not our best moment for sure. That dark moment, maybe I guess you could say dark moment if you want to compare it to our better moments. But I still think the team is competitive enough to
Qualify to the World Cup.
to qualify. Yeah, and they should have. I mean, look, let's just be honest. Jorginho missed 3 penalties in a row. You know, I mean, what? But if congratulate.
That's so stupid.
Right.
That's so stupid.
Switzerland, Somner, whatever. He was amazing. He was also maybe one of the best players in the Euros too. The goalkeeper from Switzerland. No, no. I mean, Bastoni looks like a very reliable center back. You know. Then
Who else?
then right now Italy's still dependent on Bonucci and Chiellini. That is going to end soon, of course. I don't see anybody else after Bastoni, to be honest with you. So in that perspective, yes, you can argue it's a dark moment because Italy usually has a lot of central defenders. Right now, I can only think of one. Mancini? No, I don't think Mancini is the level
No,
of.
it's really bad. Is I mean, not really bad, but it's not for a national team like Italy. No chance.
No. I don't think so ever. Yeah, the only one, honestly, is Bastoni. Rugani, I don't think so.
Nah,
No.
they're not at the level, man. They're not at the level
Maybe
of
Acerbi.
Bastoni. You need a
Maybe
guy.
At- maybe
No,
Acerbi is not as good as Bastoni,
No,
but he's reliable.
Acerbi is reliable,
no, it's not. It's
but
not. It's not good. It's 33, man.
Acerbi is not young, but he's not at the level of of what Bonucci and Chiellini were able to achieve.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Um,
Reliable, safe, reliable. I can find you 20 defenders in Italy reliable, but they are not at the level of Italy that shows up in an international tournament like World Cup. They're not at that level. Bastoni is the only one. If you go on the right back, Calabria is at the level of Florenzi. Maybe he can improve on personality and everything. But you have just Calabria. I don't think Di Lorenzo is. I don't think it doesn't excite me. He did a great Euro. Don't get me wrong. Uh, Spinazzola is amazing, and that's it. Midfield, I would say, is a great play. We have great players in that midfield. We have a
yeah,
lot
the
in the
midfield is
midfield.
super stacked. Yeah,
Strikers, bad,
very bad.
really bad. Strikers,
The
right
word,
wings, left wings. We're not at the level of the France,
well,
Portugal,
um,
England,
I would
Brazil, whatever.
I would say with Chiesa, I think that definitely brings the level up. I still think that Insigne can still bring
No.
something. But when it comes to the central striker, the number 9, this is the worst I've ever seen in Italy ever in my whole life. But now the quality of these players is players that obviously we don't see in Europe. We don't see in Europe. But let's not forget that one of Italy's always biggest attributes is the ability to compact together as a group and play for each other, and they've won a lot of games just by doing that, the sacrifice for each other. So that mentality can help them go forward. But as far as quality, yeah, it's lacking. There's a lot of quality lacking. Um, I gotta say, even though there is a lot of quality lacking, we did play some really nice football in Europe in this Euro. Maybe one of the teams that played maybe with the best football, even according to some. So Mancini, we have a lot of quality there in the coach. Mancini gives this team a lot of quality, gives this team good mentality. Our midfield is maybe the best midfield in the world, maybe. I mean, as far as depth, um, if not the best in the top 2, top 3. Defense, yeah, defense. You're right. We only have Bastoni that is a prospect. That's it. Nobody else. Donnarumma, of course, we know how Donnarumma is good. He's fine. Spinazzola is good, but Spinazzola has had many injuries throughout his whole career, not just this one time. So let's see
Yeah.
what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see.
Guys, just going back to Mancini, obviously winning the Euros was amazing and the team was great. But how much do you think not qualifying for the World Cup would impact his legacy as the Italian
No,
coach? Like, does that consider it a bit of a failure not qualifying for the World Cup?
I'll go first. In the short term, yes, he's going to be frowned upon, but in the long term, just like Lippi, he's going to be celebrated.
No, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. This is one of the few times that I don't blame the manager regarding the failure of the national team. I think Mancini is an amazing manager, and he did an. I'm not saying a miracle, but he did a great job at the Euros. I think that is his win because tactically he was perfect at that tournament, and he was the best manager of that tournament. So Mancini cannot be blamed. I think Italy is lacking of the lack of talent in Italy has been an issue for the last, I would say, 12, 12, 14 years. They didn't have enough talent to have too much. If you see big national teams, they have too much in different positions. They have too much. Italy doesn't have too much in different positions. Apart from the midfield with a lot of players, probably 6 players can start in that midfield. But the other positions, you don't have one striker, but you should be a national team that has at least 4 good strikers that you don't know who is going to play. Or right wing, you should have 4 different right wings. They are so good that you don't know who's going to start. Left wing, the same. You should have 4 of them. They are so good that you don't know who's going to start.
And that really shows how shit basically the league has been over the last 10 years. Like it's only with Italy, you know? Like if a major player is out, you don't see many
I think
replacements.
sorry, Saif. I think I
Yeah.
really blame the youth, the who run the youth system of these clubs in the last
Yes.
13 years, or at
Yeah.
least in the years before this generation came, because this is a really poor generation. So who ran that youth system at that period and brought this youth system, this generation at this level, did something wrong, because Jorginho is a Sarri and Napoli product. If I'm no Sarri product, because he was playing with Verona and Napoli bought him, and Sarri played him in the midfield and brought him in Chelsea. So Sarri is a guy that plays attacking football. So Jorginho is his product. Verratti is a guy that decided to leave Italy at the age of 19 and go and play in France for Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't accept their Juventus contract to stay in the bench and look at Pirlo play football. So these are players that were made outside Italy with a different system of football, more brave system of football. Berardi is another guy that has been playing for Sassuolo, which is a team that always plays attacking football. I can give you another example. Bastoni is a product of a guy that has been playing with a team that wants to play attacking football and wants to play good football. Inter and Conte. But the other ones, they are products of systems that are trying to play a football that is looking to get the 3 points, not to actually play good football, dominate and improve and grow, you know. So I think the youth system has been run really bad in this country for the last 15 years. And the talent that came up in this country, it came up just because numbers, because there is a lot of kids that play football, a lot of kids that play for clubs, and the numbers is going to give you 20 decent players, 30, 40 decent players. But the truth is that Berardi should be the worst right wing in this country, not the best one. You should have a lot of choice. That's my opinion. That Immobile should be the 4th choice as a striker in this country, not the first choice. That's it. The league is fine. The league is good. If you put young players like Tomori, the league, they're gonna improve. They're gonna get good. If you bring young players like Hernandez came at the age of 20 at Milan, and he is the best left back in the world or whatever. Why? Because Pioli's football is a great football. Is a football that looks is a modern football. That's why Hernandez improved. That's why Calabria improves. That's why Tomori improves. It doesn't matter the league. The league is a decent level for you to bring these young players at the best level. Tonali, the guys that play for Atalanta, they are incredible players. They grow a lot because Atalanta plays the right football. Did the Shia improve with Allegri and with Juventus? No. Other players, did they improve with Juventus? So is Chiesa improving with Juventus? Is he becoming a better player playing for Juventus? Maybe Chiesa deciding to not go to Juventus, but go to Bayern Munich or go to Milan or go to Inter. Maybe he will be a better player now. So that is the question, not the league. The idea of football that the people are putting out there in this league it's a bit the problem sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree that the youth sector has been lacking. I mean, just compared to how it used to be, when you had the under 21 winning every like three competitions in a row, and
Exactly.
uh, and then they'd make final, semi-final, and the under 20 was there participating in World Cups. We had Italy in the Olympics, and that's mostly under 23 players with a few. I mean, it's been a long time since we haven't seen that. So there's something broken for sure.
And also in England, like I don't know if you guys share the same feeling. Like we always say how England keep talking about their talents and oh we have the best players, even though some of their young players, they're not the best in the world, but the way the media hypes them and gives them encouragement, maybe they get confidence. Where as you see in Italy, the young players are always under scrutiny. If you guys know what I mean, they don't have enough
Well,
time to grow. Whenever they have a bad game, oh you're trash, you're that that maybe
safe.
doesn't help as well.
That's what you do
Wait,
to
wait, hold on, hold
telemeters
on.
every
I
game.
know.
Yeah,
I am
exactly.
guilty. I am guilty of that. I'm not saying
Exactly.
I'm guilty of that. I
That's
am guilty of that.
exactly
I'm not
what I
saying
wanted to say.
exactly.
That
That's why I said it. I am guilty of that.
do you imagine what that is what do you do to Kalulu if he starts not the way he started with AC Milan, if he does some bad games, or the way people treat Gabbia, which is in my opinion is not still at the level, but still people treat it really bad. Or I give you another example: the way we guys treated Diaz. Diaz had a good start, now is okay. As I say, he's doing the job, nothing incredible, but still doing the job. And we're treating him like shit. We should not sign him. We should go back to Real Madrid or whatever. We should get a better one. Sassuolo doesn't think that for Raspadori. Raspadori doesn't show up against Sampdoria. Sassuolo lose 4-0. Sassuolo doesn't think Raspadori is not good enough. They keep going. They keep investing on the guy. They keep staying because they know is a way to make money. So they need to believe in the guy. So it's
Yes,
not the
but
league, it's not the
maybe
media,
maybe
it's the supporters as well. They don't believe in these young players.
but like when Diaz was doing well, we were all saying okay, great, great. But when a player disappears and plays like trash, you also have to call him out for it. You know,
No,
I go over the no, so I
But
go over the
wait, but
I
you
go over the
just
top
said,
sometimes.
but you
I go over
just
the
said, you
like I said, I go over the top sometimes, and I'll be like, "Oh, get the fuck out, get out." It's passion, more than understanding at times, but still, some players have to be called out from time to time, but not to the level that we should. Like sometimes we do it over the top. Like I can agree with that. I can
but
agree.
you do that.
I do, I do,
guys,
I
You're
know.
I'll be
little.
back in a
You're, li-
second. Be
all
back
right,
in a
Yeah, yeah,
you're,
okay.
second.
you're you're literally talking about yourself, Steve.
I know, I know.
So you're
Sometimes,
saying,
listen. Sometimes it's
hold
justified.
on, hold on, hold on. You're
Sometimes it's
saying
justified.
you're saying you're the problem.
I'm not saying I'm the problem. I'm saying
That's what you
sometimes it's
said.
justified.
That's what you
Some
said.
Listen. Sometimes it's justified the criticism, but sometimes the way I go about it may be over the top. You know what I mean? Like get out, cancel his contract. That's what I mean. The way I go about it, me and the guys
Right,
sometimes.
right, right. Um, no, it is true that in Italy there is this, let's say, no patience, right? Patience is not something of the people. The people want to be entertained. It's that's the mentality of Italy, and they want to see players that have already arrived. But you're right. I agree with you, and it's such a bad culture to just shit on players, on people. It's like shitting on I mean, if you're doing a bad job and you have so many people shitting on you, is that going to make you do a better job? That's just going to destroy you psychologically. You're going to say, "Fuck this! I don't want to do this anymore."
And Roy, let's be explain a bit. If you're shitting on someone that is actually working, is busy working, and you're shitting on him, you're stopping him doing this job, that is really bad. I'm happy with you guys complaining about Selemakers the 1st of June when the transfer market starts. I'm happy with that because that is a moment that you can actually uh, look at the season, look at what he's done, look at his trajectory, and say, okay, we need a better one. But a random Saturday in the middle of November, shitting on the guy is not good enough. We don't need that. Doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't help the guy to improve, to work hard, to be relaxed, and to actually do this job properly. And it doesn't give anything to Milan, and it's just toxic. It's you know what I mean? That's the thing.
But like when Salamakers first, arrived and was doing well and was making some assists, some goals, I was like, no, you can't talk about this player. Like, he's doing his job and he's also providing for guys like back then. Like I know we're missing chances now, but back then I think we're missing like so many chances. We didn't have an actual striker, and even in the Lazio game, the one where we lost 3-0, and we had a chance of losing out in the Champions League spot. I was like, fuck the whole team. Look at Salamakers. He's trying. He's going to the camp. He's making stuff happen. But you look at him this season, that miss against Napoli, like he comes on against Cagliari, has a chance in front of goal as a winger, and he can't even finish that. These are the stuff that make you go crazy as a fan, because this guy is not Lionel Messi, but he can certainly do better than this. He's young, I know, but there are times where you're like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing.
but I get it. I'm not saying that your criticism is there is not a motivation behind that. But that criticism you are thinking in that moment, you should stop. You should say, no, I shouldn't do this because he's 21. Pioli is deciding him to play. And I know people say, oh, Pioli is playing him because he doesn't have a better one. I get it. The moment Pioli is going to have a better one, he's going to sell Selemaker. So we're not even going to talk about him. But he has him now, and he's playing Selemakers, and Selemaker is giving everything. Even that everything is not enough, clearly, for you guys or whatever your idea of football thing. Still, you need to don't criticize him because he's 21. You can criticize a 28, 29 years old experienced player that showed you a certain level and is not reaching that level anymore. And you are like, okay, you show me that level for 6 years. I know you are a player that you can do that. Why are you not giving me that? And so therefore you can criticize that player. But you don't know the level of Selemakers. Selemakers is 5 years old in terms of football years. He just started. This is his second season as a professional player in one of the hardest league in the world, and he's winning the Scudetto as well. The pressure that the team is asking him, the Maldini, Pioli, is asking him to win the Scudetto. The supporters are asking him to win the Scudetto. That is a massive pressure for a 21, 22 years old that the year before or 2 years ago was playing for Anderlecht. So that's what I'm saying. Criticizing tactically or whatever makes sense, but sometimes we need just to stop and say, you know what, we won. He did the job. He ran. He fight. He did whatever he had to do, whatever his ability are. I was joking about to him when he missed the Napoli. I was one of the first saying, joking about the mistake he did about Napoli, because rightly so, it's a big mistake. And I was more upset not because he didn't score, because he didn't hit the target, which I think he should hit the target.
And
I was pissed off at him too.
It would be a goal that would affect the season, on head to head.
Of course.
That's a big miss.
And it would affect his season too.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely he missed such a great opportunity there to score an important goal.
The Cagliari goal The Cagliari miss, I don't blame him. I mean, yeah, of
No,
course, I
no,
blame him, but it's not a big miss in my opinion. I think that was a good
no.
closer from the defender. The defender did an
I blame
incredible.
Benacer. I blame Benacer.
Oh yeah, Benacer should have shoot.
Right?
That's true.
He
Fucking
had like
shoot.
an open goal. He literally had. It was a penalty for Benacer.
Just smash it, man. 7 meter and a half goal. Just smash it.
Right.
We
And
don't
you're a
shoot
better
enough.
player
We don't
than
shoot enough.
Selemakers. Benacer is a better
Exactly.
player than Selemakers. That has the responsibility to finish that chance, not to
Exactly.
give it to a worse player than him.
Exactly, man. Like, what the fuck was he thinking?
If I see Kaká in that position, passing the ball to Jankulovski, I'm like, fuck you, Kaká.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
not
not
saying,
get-
oh, Jankulovski missed the goal. Fuck you, Kaká. Why didn't shoot?
But honestly, guys, like, do you think that, tactically speaking, like Salamakers can be converted to a backup right back, and if we get an actual winger, like, do you think that can be a tactical possibility for him to help us? Because when he came in, he was a right wing back. You know, he's not a. I don't think he's a natural winger, from what I understand. So maybe that's something we can do. I don't know if Pioli thinks of that.
I think Selemakers is going to have an amazing season next season.
As a winger,
As a AC Milan football player, man. I
like
don't know
in
where he's
terms
going
of
to play.
what?
In terms of assists, goals, contribution, everything, in terms of quality in the pitch, he's going to have an amazing season. You
I hope
guys
so,
going to
man.
be
I hope
like,
so.
you guys, not you guys, I mean, people are going to be surprised of, fuck, this is not the player I thought it was.
But you know, will that be the case if we get a winger in this, like in the summer? Will he get much playing time? Will he have an amazing season? I don't know.
Yeah, he's going to have an amazing season, even if we get a wing. Still, we don't know what we're going to get. I think like people are too sure about the fact that we're going to get a right wing, a cam, and whatever, you know, all this. You never know. You never know what is the plan of Maldini and Massara. Selemakers just renew a contract, man. He just renewed a contract. So clearly the plan is he's going to be in the team as a wing, as a right wing, left wing, whatever you guys want to put him. So he's there next season on the plans of the 22 starters, whatever, 22 players. So I don't think it's going to be a right back. We have Kalulu, we have Florenzi, we have Calabria in that position.
That's if we like keep Florenzi, because I don't know.
Oh no, we're definitely keeping it.
We're
Oh, that's
keeping
great.
Florenzi.
I actually saw it today. We're definitely keeping it.
Yeah, and he's
Only
an
for like
Italian
5
player.
million, yeah. Only for like 5 million, yeah.
4 point something, yeah, 4.3, I think.
That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah, Florenzi is definitely staying.
I would even argue
Florenzi's
that he's
staying.
our starting. I would even argue that he's our starting right back at the moment.
Oh man, it's hard to you have an argument there, man. You have an argument.
Going back to the Italian media, by the way.
What do you mean?
Florenzi, Calabria doesn't play 100% and still is already out of the plans.
According to the media? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
according to Saif.
I'm not.
Well-
I'm not saying go put Calabria on the transfer list. Like Florenzi is doing better, therefore he should start. You know, that's how it goes.
No, Calabria should
Yes.
start because Calabria is our future. We're invested in him.
I
He's a
understand, but you
24 years
Yeah,
old right there.
I agree with that, but
If Florenzi is performing 9 out of 10 and Calabria is performing 7.5 out of 10, Calabria starts, man. Because it's a long project. It's not like tomorrow.
I agree with you.
You're saying at the
but
moment.
right now that there is an argument that Florenzi looks to be in better form. But I do agree that Calabria is the future of Milan. Calabria is one of the hearts. Calabria is one of the most important pieces of this puzzle. But there is an argument that I kind of think that right now Florenzi maybe is in a better state of form. That's
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, like I'm just saying that like Florenzi has bags of experience. He's a winner. He's a leader by nature. You want to win the league. These last 8 games, you start him, and from next season you count on Calabria like even more.
No, no,
Yes.
no, no. You need to rest Calabria. You start Florenzi. You don't need to rest Calabria. You start Calabria. As simple as that, man. That's how football works. You invest in the kid. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be there for the next 10 years. He's your captain. He's gonna fight. He's gonna have bad season. He's gonna have bad moment. You don't give up on him because he's having bad moment.
Oh my
Bro,
god,
but
oh my god, guys, that just fucking dawned on me. Calabria is a captain next season. He's like the official captain of the team. Wow, that
Yeah.
is insane.
You play Calabria. You put Calabria in the bench if he's having like a period that he needs to rest. Clearly, is struggling, but not like I'm starting Florenzi the next 8 game. No, you can play Florenzi because you have a semi-final against Inter, or you want to play in the semi-final against Inter. You want to play Florenzi. I'm fine with that. I'm not saying Florenzi should not play any game, and I'm not saying Calabria is like Theo Hernandez that is. You cannot change him. But Calabria is your first choice. Calabria should play 80% of the games. That's it. Because Calabria is going to be better than Florenzi at the age of 27 or at the age of 26 if
yes,
you
but
play him every game.
yes, but do these last 7 or 8 games are actually are gonna affect Calabria's overall career with AC Milan? Like if you like, that's my point.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But my point is, do you really think Florenzi is such a key player for these 8 games? Florenzi Calabria change.
I think Florenzi like as of late, or even like last 2 months or something, he's been solid. He freaking scored from free kicks. He's like he's just more solid at the moment than Calabria.
You guys
That's why
love
they
the
should start.
goals. You guys love the goals. You guys
Uh,
love the.
No, I agree.
no,
I think I agree here with Safe. And I've been thinking about it too. Florenzi just seems to be in a better state, and
yeah,
I do think that. But Calabria, even though he's let's say at not at 100%, let's say Florenzi is at 100%, Calabria is somewhere around 85%. But even at 85%, Calabria is putting in winning performances. But obviously, Florenzi is at 100%, and it is a good argument, I think, to make right now. What do we need to win right now? We need to win the next game. Both of you can guarantee you a winning performance. One just maybe a little bit more than the other. Um, but I also I see what Larry is saying too, bro. And I know I'm not trying to be diplomatic here, but yeah,
yeah, sure.
Calabria is the captain, and he is one of these youngsters that is going to be the future of Milan, etc., etc. Yeah.
I know, man. I know what the Milanisti think, man. Calabria lost that chance in the last minutes against Cagliari, whatever, last 5 minutes, and Milanisti think he's having a bad spell. That's. I know how they think.
No. I
Calabria
wouldn't.
fucking.
I don't think that I don't think he's having a bad spell, but I haven't seen him reach the peaks he had since he came back from the injury. I haven't seen him reach those peaks he had before the injury. And I don't think that is I think that is I think it I don't I think it's a fact. I think it's a fact. It looks like it. But again, like he's still putting together winning performances, you know? I mean, that run he did was amazing. It was fantastic. His last shot sucked, but the run, everything there. Yeah,
No,
it's
man, he's good.
just an
He's
opinion.
good.
It's just an opinion.
He's good. He's always there. He's always fighting. He's always attacking as well. He's always coming. You know, I really I'm not. If I was a manager, I don't think like this. I don't think like, oh, this guy is more. Florenzi is in a better shape, so I'll put Calabria in the bench for 8 games. No, man, I'll keep Calabria
Well, I'm not saying
because
I'm not saying eight
no,
games.
because
I'm not
because
saying 8 games.
Florenzi. Yeah, of course, Calabria should rest. Of course, for example, This case, we have Florenzi going to play for the national team. Calabria is resting, so definitely I'll start Calabria next game. But let's say I'm playing against Inter in the Coppa Italia. I cannot play Calabria Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday again. And he needs to rest for sure. So I agree with you guys that he's not gonna play all the games, but I'm not choosing Florenzi over Calabria just because Florenzi is playing a bit better. If I have Calabria fit and healthy and rest, I always start Calabria. That's my opinion.
Yeah, either way, there wouldn't be much complaint. Like, both are very good players, you know? Hopefully they're gonna help us win the Scudetto. Imagine, guys, the double. The freaking double, if we actually do it.
Well,
Don't imagine.
listen. It is definitely, at the end of the day, a great fact that we're fighting over which right back is going to sign. Both of them are really good. So that's a really positive thing. And
Yeah.
once we get to the point where we're going to be doing this with all our team, that's when we're going to be fucking kicking some serious ass, man. Like, because we can have this debate not only on the right back, but we can have this debate even in the defense, in the center back situation with Chiaia, Tomori, and Kalulu at this point, and also you have Romagnoli there. And if next season we're going to have Botman, we're going to have 4 super defenders in the center. We already have 2 super defenders on the right. We have an elite defender on the left. And we don't have, that's what we're missing on the left. We don't have the second guy over there. Florenzi can do both. That's a good thing. The defense, our defense is set up really well. Midfield, we can't really do that too much. I mean, if we do, can we have this conversation about the midfield next season? If we get Renato Sanchez, yes, but it's really going to be just Benacer and Tonali. Because we don't know if Pobega can be in this conversation. We don't know if Adli can be in this conversation. Right now, Kessi, Tonali, and Benacer are in this conversation. No, I want him. No, I want him. No, I want him. But obviously, nobody is saying, I want Krunic. I want Bakayoko. Nobody's saying that. So let's see if next season, if we don't get Sanchez and it is Pobega and Adli, these 2 players can get in that conversation. Do you think they can? Or what do you think the situation is going to be?
I think they are, like, at the moment it's the fact that they can offer much more on the field than, especially technically, than Krunic and Bakayoko. I don't know what the hell is happening with Bakayoko. Like, does he even play football anymore? Seriously. I don't know what's going on with him. I think we're set for the next season. I think we really are. Like, we were happy, like, whenever we got the win and Krunic came on, Bakayoko, we were like, okay, that's solid. Imagine guys like Pobega, like Adli coming on. If we get a Sanchez, like, I'm not gonna be that pissed off if we don't, because I think Tonali and Ben Nasser, as the starting duo, are super freaking amazing. Especially, look at Ben Nasser, the way he's been playing as of late. It reminds me of Ben Nasser in the 2021 season, when he was, having sick games before that injury. So I think Tonali, Ben Nasser, Pobega, and Adli, maybe Sanchez. I think that's amazing. Like, we couldn't have asked for much more.
Well, okay, you seem to be very optimistic about that.
Yeah.
Regarding Pobega and Adli, I don't know. I think I won't tell until I see them. But in my opinion, straight off the back, obviously I could be right. No, for me it's a no. For me, if our double pivot is Benacer and Tonali, I want Benacer and Tonali. I don't want Adli and Pobega. I want Benacer and Tonali being there the whole time. But I don't know. Only time will tell. I don't know. Today, that's what I'm saying. If Renato Sanchez is in there, then I have 3 players. I said, okay, if I don't have Renato Sanchez and Tonali, at least I can have Benacer in there from one of the 2. And you can keep on doing that triangle.
Yeah, no, it's I'll tell you what. I think Renato Sanchez is a done deal. I'll say it here.
What makes you so sure?
It's a done deal. Yeah, it is. His contract expires in a year. I don't think anyone in Premier League is gonna risk it. He
Arsenal
failed in
maybe.
Premier League before.
Arsenal
No.
need him.
No, he's not gonna risk it, Arsenal. He's a done deal. I think he's already reached an agreement. And as I told you guys, he's been reached an agreement with Maldini long time ago. And that's why when I was saying that Kessie is not gonna renew, that Maldini is not gonna offer another contract to Kessie
Mm.
because the deal was done. He's already AC Milan player is coming, Renato Sanchez. The plans are already made. Pobega, Adli, Renato Sanchez, um, Benacer, Tonali, Krunic, Diaz. These are our midfield in the middle. The guys that play as a number 10, as a double pivot. These are. We're not getting a cam next season.
I
Renato
think
Sanchez
I
is going to
think
be our
I think
different
what
option as a
I think
cam.
what you're saying makes 100% sense. It makes 100% sense.
And Maldini and Pioli are relying on the fact that Diaz is going to grow more. He's going to be a better player next season, a stronger player. Used to 2 seasons in Serie A. He's going for his third season. You guys remember how well Leao did in his third season in Serie A,
Yeah,
which is this one.
right. Yeah, this. Yeah,
So
I agree with that too.
this is
Diaz
the
is
third
going
season of Leao.
right. Diaz is going to grow. It's like when these players are so young and they're about to go get into that phase. It's almost like a new signings. That's what it felt like with Tonali. That's what it felt like with Leao right now, as they're always getting better and better every year. Yeah, no, that makes sense to me. So where do you think the money is going to be spent? Well, Botman and Sanchez. Where else?
Bodman and Sanchez. I think we're gonna get an Italian left back
That makes sense.
for sure because
You
Balotelli
should.
is really bad. Balotelli is really bad. I
Balotelli.
mean, see, I mean, we're playing Florenzi or Calabria when Teo is not playing. So,
Poor
and
guy, man.
it's bad. It's not.
He,
Pioli is
he,
not gonna give him a second year chance.
he's a Milan player, bro. He's
I
a Milan
know
player.
he's gonna go on loan in France, and if that team that takes him on loan is gonna like him, he's gonna get sold for 3 million.
Hmm.
So it's
Oh,
not.
sorry, Larry. Before you finish, I wanted to add something. I read that Krunic is in Fiorentina's radar, and Fiorentina's ready to splash 10 million for Krunic. Side information. So
10,
good.
10 million?
Yes, good news for Skillard. It looks like Krunic is on Fiorentina's radar, and they're looking at him, and they want him to play as a first team player. So it could be an opportunity for Krunic to play first team football. Club that is maybe more his level. You want to say? I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's right though. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, Larry. Go ahead.
No, I think going back to the Krunic thing, I think if he wants to leave and say, "Listen, I want to play more, and I like Fiorentina. I think it's a decent level football for me." Maldini or Milan is gonna say, "Yeah, sure," and they're gonna accept a decent offer, which is 10 million. But if Milan or Krunic says, "Listen, I like this team. I don't mind staying in the bench, playing 15 games a season, 20 games a season, whatever, 20 appearances a season. I'm happy with that." We're gonna keep him because at the end, the 10 million doesn't do a lot for us. What does for us is have a player that knows the system, knows the group, knows the training, uh, and is already how you call it already mixed with the group. You're not gonna reinvest that 10 million and get a player that puts you the output Krunic gives you. That player needs to get used to Milan. You can get a Balotelli with 10 million. That is not gonna be useful at all next season.
I mean, it is a very good point that Krunic, his role, it's a very difficult role to accept for any professional football. But not only he accepts it, I mean, we don't know. Oh, yeah, it looks like he's accepting it, but whether or not he accepts it or not, he is definitely doing it like a real professional. and that definitely is something that makes him very valuable to the team. So that's a good point too. Are we going to be able to find another Krunic? Because we'll always need a Krunic. We'll always need a Krunic. You need a Krunic in your team when it comes to depth. So it's a good
Yeah,
question.
the last game, Krunic came and played like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, the last 10, 15 minutes
He was great.
of
He
the
controlled
game.
the ball very well. He was great.
Exactly. If Bakayoko comes in and does 15 minutes, he gets a yellow card, he loses the ball twice, and we hate him for the next week. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the so I think for 10 million, it's hard to get somebody that's gonna perform like Krunic. So let's keep him. Going back, I think we're gonna go for a left back that is Italian next season. Um, I heard Parisi. I hope so. He's a really good player. He's a really good player. So I hope so. And uh, Rebic can be risking it, I think.
You think Rebic?
Yeah, Rebic can be one of them that
You think they're going to make a casa from Rebic? They're going to get some money from Rebic.
it can be. It can be.
Mm,
I feel like Rebic more than Messias.
Wow, wow. Damn. This is breaking news, guys. RossonARI TV breaking. Milan are selling Rebic. That's the headline. There you
I
go.
don't know. I think Rebic is more of a player that I actually think that of him that one of those players that Milan is never gonna sell. Or if he's gonna leave like a 32, 33. I don't think Milan's gonna let go of him.
Yeah, but if you think, I'm just thinking about the situation here is he's going for a renewal for sure. He's gonna go for a renewal now. They are talking about a renewal, and so there is two ways here: or you renew him and keep him for the next 4 years, or you sell him now, or you tell him, you know what, our renewal is gonna be too low for you, or it's gonna be a level that it's not a massive improvement for you. So you do you mind finding another solution? Do you want me to find another solution for you, another club that wants you? So it can be that conversation with Rebic, and
But
Milan can look for
one,
a wing.
one, one thing that's
Yeah,
annoying about him is his injury record. Like,
exactly.
like John said some stuff that he gets injured more than Zlatan, which is crazy in the season. He has been injured more than Zlatan. Like, just let that sink in. And I don't know. I love him. Like, I think at the beginning of the season he was actually a fan favorite at one point. From what he has done, but I wouldn't mind selling him. Because realistically speaking, like we can't get someone that can play more than him, even though he has a great impact at times.
It's definitely a good argument to make regarding Rebic. I do think he has one of the highest contracts. So I think he already has a pretty high salary. I, I I can't remember. I think he is one of the highest paid players.
Three and
So
a half, I think he gets.
yeah, so I'm gonna check that. And when he does renew, obviously, even at the age he is, similar to Romagnoli, these are players that they have opportunities to make more money. So he's probably going to want to more money. Go- Um, it is a possibility. Personally, yeah, 3.5 million. So he makes 3.5 million. So I guess the next step for him in this Milan context would be uh the salary
At
cap.
least four and a half. At least four and a half.
Four and a half, right? So it's up to Milan if they think he's worth that for the next 4 years, and if they want to do it. Now the question is, you said you would not want to do that, right? Is that what you implied?
I think it's too hot and cold, man. I'm sorry. He's too hot and cold, and he was really important for us in these 2 years, or three, whatever you want to count them, because the overall level of the team, and he is actually really effective as a striker, especially when he's fit. But and I'm fine with him staying another year. I'm just saying this. I'm fine. I'm not gonna be like, oh, why is not leaving? But I feel like Milan is going to a level that is just another year, man. No more, no more than that.
So you think that what he might just end his contract with Milan and then be one of those
Yeah,
players? It is
exactly.
it is very possible that that happens. It is very possible. Being one of the players that gets paid the most already has a good contract. I think his contract expires. When does his contract expire?
Probably in 2 years or in three.
Contract expiring 2025. Hey, how are you? This guy.
So basically in 3 years.
We have Rebic for the next 3 years, pretty much, unless we
Yeah,
sell him. 20.
no, no.
He's 28, so his contract expires when he becomes 31. Mm,
Yeah,
yeah, 3 seasons still a lot. Still a lot, I guess.
no. It's a lot, but I guess in a season you need to decide if you want to renew or leave. You know what I mean? For the principle that Milan uh,
Right.
starts to deal with contracts 2 years before, puts on the
Yeah.
table of a player a new contract 2 years before, or an upgrade in terms of contract. So Milan this summer is starting to think and talk to Rebic and say, listen, you're gonna earn 4.5 in a year. A new contract. If we're gonna give you a new contract, it's gonna be 4.5, or we're gonna stay together until your contract runs out and you're gonna be free and still stay a Milan legend. Everyone is gonna love you because leaving at 31, it's not a big deal, especially if you're not a starter or a key player. No one is gonna complain about that. But that's a question Maldini and the club is gonna ask to themselves and see what they can do with Rebic. And I really want an upgrade on that side as well, because Leao is an extremely talented player, but um, you need more than that. You need another one that comes in the bench from the bench. And Rebic most of the time is injured. I don't want to show up with Krunic on the left side when Leao is injured. Because people say, oh, our right wing is bad, but more or less on the right, we always have or Selemakers or Messias or, Florenzi. On the left side, when Leao is not there and Rebic is injured always, we have Krunic, man. Which is not a left wing, and it's not effective in that position. He can do a good job, but it's not effective at all. So I want a guy that is.
Maybe I don't know if it's realistic. Maybe if we get a backup left back, at times maybe Theo Hernandez can push up a bit. Like I think he has the quality, even though he has never played there, but he has the quality, especially attacking wise. Even though he hasn't proved much defensively, but he can't put the work there if you get a backup left back. Maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah. I think this guy Sar, we are linked with this guy Sar that plays on the right wing for Watford. I think Milan is looking for a profile that can play in the both position, on the left and on the right, or is thinking that Selemakers can be an option as the second choice on the left side. So Milan is gonna add another wing, but it's not because it's gonna get rid of the wing we have at the moment. And they can add two wings if Rebic goes.
This name here has been linked with Milan quite a lot. Now Lang. It looks
No,
like he's been. Well, they say he's a very one of these very dribblers, quality players. Why do you say no right away? Why do you say that?
it's just everyone is saying no. All the people there around Milan are saying no. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, his links are not very strong to AC Milan. It just looks like it's one of the players that um, is in the sphere somewhere. But yeah, but speaking about Rebic, interesting. Personally, you are correct that Rebic is in and out a lot, and there is this hot or cold analogy that you brought up that does apply to him. Um, I'm still. If I was in management, I would. I don't know. I would definitely keep him for the next 3 years. I think he is definitely reliable when he's in form. He can play well. He's a guy that you can also play as a center striker, an attacking a second striker, a center striker, left wing, and as your false nine. I would personally keep him, and I would still personally point, my ambitions on him. Now, you said, when Leao is not there, you don't want to see Krunic there. So maybe. So what is the solution? What is the solution then?
I think the solution is Selemakers, for sure. One of the solutions, because he played pretty well on the left side this season. The few times he played was actually really good. And the solution is adding more wings to the team. So um, probably Origi can do that as well. So
Oh
he's
yeah,
a
yeah,
player
yes,
that is adding to that position. So
yes. Origi also plays a left wing. Yeah.
on a training session, Pioli can realize that Origi does better that position than Rebic. So Rebic can be a striker for a game, and Origi can be on the left side. If you don't have Leao because he's injured or he needs to rest. So, as I say, I don't mind Rebic, but next season we need to have these wings to have different solutions, not just on the right side, but even on the left side, because our right side works hard a lot. Our left side, if they don't show up technically and with quality, they don't even work hard. They're not even in the pitch. You don't see them at all.
Mm.
That's the thing. When Rebic comes in and he's Rebic, he's a clever player, puts some great balls and stuff like that. When his twins comes in, it looks like he's not a professional football player, passing the ball to the
True.
opposition. So it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's twin. That's funny. Um, yeah, no, it's true. You're right. It's true. Like we noticed it. It was very visible, especially in these last games. Some of it has to do, in my opinion, the fact that he has been surpassed by Leao, and that probably affects his game. So he has
Mm.
to become stronger mentally to accept that. And I want to say his last game against Cagliari, he did look
He was
better
good.
though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was good, right?
it's coming. The spring is coming. The the real Rebic is showing up.
The good twin is going to show up. He did
See,
have he did have a really good ball for Calabria. That was a really good ball for Calabria. That assist, was it him or was it Giroud? I can't remember. I think it was him.
him,
Yeah,
him. He
Him, yeah.
does those balls. He does those balls.
yeah.
It's incredible those passes because in that moment I always think he's gonna give it to to Teo Hernandez on the left, that is going too deep to go for the cross, and he always put it in the middle to somebody that is coming in. He's really good at that.
Yeah, and he started the season so well, man. He was kicking some serious ass. Um, uh, who is this guy? Mosa Diaby for the right. Well, actually, let's do this. Lard, I gotta actually close. I mean, I don't have to.
Yeah,
You
let's
can
no no
you
let's
can
close it.
continue,
Let's
but
close it.
I have to stop. In just so last thing. You were saying Parisi, and then what about finish the whole thing? Go ahead.
So Parisi and as I say, we're gonna buy wings, one or two. If we buy two, I don't think we're gonna get a striker. Probably we're not gonna get a striker. We're gonna use Rebic or Leao, Giroud, Origi, and that means because with some difficult deals we were trying to close didn't happen, and we're gonna buy two wings. If we buy one wing, we're gonna go for a striker, for sure.
Hmm.
So that's my opinion. So left wing, Italian left back, sorry, a wing or two, and if it's one wing, it's gonna be a striker.
Gotcha. All right, safe. 2 minutes. Try and sum it up as fast as you can.
Right, I'm gonna say who we're gonna possibly get.
Yeah.
A backup left back. I'm not gonna say Parezi. I don't know, like who exactly we're gonna get. I think it's Botman, Sanchez, Origi, and we're gonna fight for Berardi. I honestly think that's how our summer is gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be more than that.
Mm.
It's not the worst, you know. Like we can accept that, but we also need that one extra player, you know, to be like set.
I like that. We'll end it right there, even with Berardi's picture right there. Yes, my dream for Milan next season is Berardi. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for joining the live today. Much appreciated. Forza Milan. We'll follow a little bit of Italy in these upcoming days, and there's going to be a lot of Milan talk. As you guys see, there's always links here and there coming up, rumors, whether they're real or not, we don't know, but we'll see. Laird, thank you, my man. Saif, thank you. And RossonARI TV, chat family, thank you. Alla prossima. Arrivederci.
Like the
And
video when you leave.
oh yeah. We have been 2 hours and 30 minutes on this thing, and we never asked you once to like this video. How we're not selfish enough, Laird.
We are too confident, man. We think they're gonna like it anyway. That's our problem. Too confident.
All right, yes, guys, like the video and all that good stuff, and we will see you next time. Alla prossima. Ciao.
Ciao, Forza
Goodbye, guys.
Milan.